and Legacy was like, discovered some ancient writings from the before times and was like, fuck this place, I'm blowing it up.
Yep.
So, Kaya and Lockhart, you had discovered the Hex Project, which you destroyed utterly.
Yep.
What's the play?
It really is this, hey, what's this? Fuck this.
What's this? It's destroyed. That's what it is. Oh, God, you fucking kidding me.
Sorry, sleepy brain's catching up.
Oh.
So, yeah, destroyed the Hex Project, Legacy's active programs, Battering Ram, and the Gordian Blade. She still has the ice wall set up to block off access to sublevels 1 and 2 security, by the way. You've gathered evidence, everything you found, and I've sent it off accordingly to whatever Dropbox, cloud, whatever Legacy is set up. Yeah. We're finding things and we're not liking them, so we are destroying them. As one should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are standing in the room with the now completely destroyed Hex Project with a scattering of papers and things, most of which don't seem like relevant so much as it is like how to operate and such, and like other such notes.
Definitely taking those too. Don't want this to be reverse engineered.
Exactly. Either
Sure.
take or destroy.
Mm-hmm.
No in between.
Fucking not even the fucking memo for lunch is staying.
Nope.
Got it. You're just cramming everything in there.
Mm-hmm. Whatever we can't take, we destroy. Make a copy of, and then destroy.
Yeah. So you've sacked the room. What do you do next?
Oh. Lockhart does need to say something to Kaya.
What did Kaya do?
Oh, Kaya didn't do anything.
Okay.
I think Kaya's gonna be an accomplice. I hope Kaya's gonna be an accomplice here. But
Okay.
after venting a little bit on this inanimate object, Lockhart's breathing a little heavy, but she calms down and turns to Kaya. None of this. We are showing none of this to you. Clear?
Don't you feel like he's got a right to know?
He can know about it, but I don't want him seeing that and how to reverse engineer it.
Kaya looks at the machine, looks at Lockhart, and she thinks for a second. Before she kind of raises up a hand to just kind of twist her hat a little bit. As she just takes a breath in and then nods. Yeah, alright, just probably don't want to see the operation things too. But, like, we gotta tell them about it. And the fact that it's gone, you know?
Mm. That's fine. We just don't need another one of these out there. And we're already close enough to one as it is.
Okay,
as
not
you're having
again.
this conversation, the door opens, or I assume the door, you'd left it open
Yeah.
as you walked in. At the entrance is Locke, and Locke steps in and just very quickly says, I searched the room. It seems to be just a library with archives of paper, like actual paper. I'm not sure what you wanted to do with it. Certainly nothing valuable in there besides all of the, well, whatever is kept in there for data, I suppose.
I should probably take a look at that. See if there's anything useful there.
There's
If there's
quite a
anything we need
lot.
Anything we need to destroy.
I'm sorry, Iris, please eat your mic.
See if there's anything we need to destroy.
Nodding.
Locke nods and starts to head towards the library that they went to. Are you following?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're done here.
Okay. You walk out of the room and you get about like right to the edge of the hall here when out of this room steps Sprite, and Sprite says, Hey, I don't really know what this room is for. It just seems like a bunch of stuff. Like just random stuff. Almost like a storage closet, but like not like a, I don't know, not like a broom closet. There's old furniture and whatever in here.
Kaya stops in her tracks. She thinks for a second. She kind of does some mental math. She turns to Lockhart. Okay, so like, why don't the two of yous go to the papers and I'll go check this out with the two of them?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, cool. I'll meet back here when we're done. Or if whoever's done first, whatever.
Nod.
Tap on shoulder. Pat, pat.
Okay. Both of you make me perception checks at 2 purple.
I don't like that. I forgot we're in Genesys.
True.
I'm assuming Kaya doesn't get the blues here.
No, this is just to search the room and see how quickly it takes you to assess what the room is.
Okay. You said 2
Yeah,
purples,
no
right?
danger. Yeah,
Okay.
just 2 purple.
Holy shit!
Okay, that's good.
So do I not add the blues then?
You can for yourself.
Okay, got it. Oh.
So I will let you, because you got 3 advantages, I will say you can have an educated guess as to what the room is, but you will not get a hard yes or you will not get a hard confirmation as to what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So you each split up, go to separate rooms. Kaya, you walk into this little room here, and you're immediately greeted by a handful of things that you recognize. And it's not like papers or documents or anything so much as it is like knickknacks or like an alarm clock or an old desk phone. There is a journal, like an old book, and this is it's a storage room. There's like a shelf on the left and on the walls to the side here, and this seems to be like old belongings. And if you want to make me, what's like a history check?
I was about to ask, do these look like house furniture?
Some there is the only real piece of furniture in here. There's two. There's a little like writing desk and a chair that goes with it that are made from wood, like real wood. And what's a good, again, like there's not really like a history check, but you can do society.
Okay. How many purples?
2 purple. Yeah, so with two successes, you're able to like walk in and immediately you recognize these things. These aren't things that you were like, oh, I know exactly what that is, but you recognize it because you saw them like sprinkled around in the background in that old house. These are essentially like artifacts. They're old, hundreds of years old. At least 100 years old. For some of them, and it's these belongings, like you saw them in that old house when you were walking through it, like a book or something was set on the shelf, or this writing desk was propped up against the wall. Like these are like relics that were like kept in here and stored, but they're authentic. They're real.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Well, Kai's gonna pick up the book.
Yeah, this book, this is like this would be better housed in like a museum. This is like a prelude introductory text to what became some of the foundational knowledge to cybernetic research. This is like holding like what is the book that like, God, I can't even remember it. It's the I should know this, but the book that Euler wrote, like that talks about logic and math and geometry. It might just be called the geometry, but like this is a foundational text that laid the groundwork for some of the most like influential breakthroughs in cybernetic tech. And it's dated like 1987. And to go with that, it's dated 1987. This was a library book. You can see that there's a library slip, and on the library slip there's a handful of names you don't recognize, and then 2 that you do. One from Johann Ben Getty, J. Ben Getty, and then you see one from J. Diego. And while you are thinking about what to do with this information, Lockhart, you walk into this room. And as you walk into this room, the first thing that you notice is there are rows like shelves, kind of like a library, and on each shelf there are papers, like printed papers, hard drives that are disconnected from everything. They are just unplugged hard drives. There are reams of paper. There are stacks of what look like you know this by virtue of just knowing that it existed. There are CDs and floppy disks and VHSs and other things, like other forms of media. Some of them are labeled, some of them are not. But just by virtue of like kind of having this we gotta move mentality, you're not like rushing through and grabbing each individual thing. You just grab the first thing that you can see with a label on it, and you swipe a VHS off of the stack and look at it. There's a thin layer of dust on it, like it hasn't been used in a long time. This VHS has a label on it that says Hex Project Interview Number 4, Subject like B29. And you can see that other DVDs and CDs and floppy disks and VHSs that are laid out there all have labels that are like interview subject whatever whatever, interview subject whatever whatever.
Are there any that line up like a CD and a VHS or a floppy disk and a hard drive, like with the same numbers or anything like that?
Yeah, generally there are a stack of VHSs and you'll see like interview number 1 subject to this number, interview number 2 subject to this number. And then you'll see a stack of CDs that are like interviews 1, 2, and 3 for this number, interviews 1, 2, and 3 for that number. But the serials don't match between mediums. So there's not like if there was subject A, there is not subject A for a CD and subject A for a VHS.
Okay. So realistically here, we don't have anything to run VHS or floppy disks.
You'd have to seek it out. It exists, but it is a specialty good that you would have to find.
Yeah.
But you know a bunch of weirdo tech people, so they might have one. See?
Isn't that, but see, that's the thing. Weirdo tech people, but now, or like in the current day in setting.
You can also try.
Why would they?
You could try to invent a VHS player.
Oh my fucking god.
That's really funny. I kind of really want to do that.
See, fuck your logic, Iris, because we are already amused by that, and we are not even as weirdo techie as our characters are.
I promise you, there is. This technology is old, but it is not so old. It's inaccessible. There are ways to access it, though.
eBay.
There are conspicuously no computers, no recording devices, no cameras, no cables in this room. This room is just the storage device, be it paper or digital tool, on a shelf. There's nothing else in here. It is barren besides the papers on the shelf and the like recording devices and storage devices on the shelf, which are, I will remind you, completely unplugged and unable to be accessed in any way.
Well, fuck it. Grab some, like a handful of USBs if there are some. Grab like 2 or 3 CDs and like a small collection of each, essentially.
Okay.
Just something you can throw into a bag of like, okay, I have proof of something here. So like, yeah, one of each medium, or like, a small bit of each medium.
Now here's the question: are you going to go through? There are more than the stacks of digital storage. There's a lot of paper, like printed paper in binding and in reams, stacked along the shelves. Instead of books, there are these series of papers. Some of them stacked like maybe 3 or 4 papers high, not very high, and then others stacked like 2 inches thick of printed paper. Do you want to grab any of those? And if so, are you going to peruse them? How much time are you spending on this?
I don't think Lockhart wants to spend a lot of time on this. Just give me 1 second, because I have an idea.
I will also point out that you do have a second body there, that if you have something specific, there's 2 sets of eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good point.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to come up with what you want to tell her.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to go through my memory banks here.
Mm-hmm.
Lines. I mean, If she could find something with Diego's name on it,
Not on the surface.
not on the surface.
Nope. There's no
Um,
bindings of like books or anything, and most of the cover pages just start with like it really depends on how much time you want to spend here. Like give me an estimate of how much time you want to spend, and I will give you a difficulty in a roll.
I'd say 10 minutes. She's not going to spend a crazy amount of time here.
Okay.
It
Then give
literally just
me
brief overview or brief
give me
research.
a perception check at 2 purple, but you don't get your blue for this. Or you
Okay.
get 1 blue.
Okay. So you said 2 purple?
Uh-huh.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So you're going through this fast. A lot faster than you expect. You like the adrenaline's kicking in and your vision is like fucking dialed in, high acuity. So you start sorting through stuff. You grab a handful of just whatever the interview tapes are. You shove them in your bag or in your pockets, whatever you have. You run through. There's more paper in this room, printed paper, than anything else on shelves. And it's not like the shelves are not packed, mind you. The shelves are, there's a good bit of space between everything. There's like a stack of paper and it's like nice and neatly squared and in like a nice little contained pile. And then there's a good bit of space. And then there's another stack of paper, nice and neatly contained. And then a little bit of space and then another one. And they're laid flat. Like rather than stacked like a book, they're laid flat on the table. And just running through, the fast thing, you lick your thumb and like flip the top page off of each one and look at the authored by section. A lot of these are what academics would refer to as white papers. These are test documents, all of them. And they have like a test synopsis at the top of the paper where they do like a very short brief of this is what is contained within this study. And these are the people involved. And this study took place on this day, and whatever. And it's just you're flipping the top page of it off the cover, looking at the author section, and after like the first 3 or 4, you find 1 or 2 that have Joseph Diego's name on it, and 1 or 2 that have Joseph Diego and Johan's name. And those ones that you have Johan's name, they don't look older, but they have, again, there's like a thin layer of dust. Slightly thicker than what was on the videotapes, but there's a layer of dust on those. Like they were made and just set aside and not touched.
What year approximately? Like what date's on there?
For the ones with Joseph Diego's name scattered across them, the dates range.
Ones with Ben Geddes, though.
The ones with Ben Geddes, those are from the late 90s, 1990s.
Okay. Is there anything in the mid 2000s?
Define mid 2000s. Do you mean like 2005? 2005?
Yes.
Okay. So when you start flipping through, there's nothing with Johan's name on it in the mid 2000 in 2005.
Okay.
If you want to find the latest paper with Johan's name on it, okay, roll me another perception check. This is gonna be at 3 purple, and you can still have your 1 blue.
Okay.
I'll let you spend 3 strain to search like wicked fast and like a little bit of a panic. You're starting to search now because you're starting to put pieces together. I'll let you spend 3 strain to find it.
Done.
You sift through the papers and you're starting to like put the pieces together. The latest paper you can find is a paper in 2001. And I will tell you straight up, this paper in 2001, this occurred before the first corporate war. In this document, the title of the document is like, it outlines a way to grow organs at a rapid rate. And they detail out that the organs with which they are growing, they figured out how to reproduce a brain.
Gonna grab that, and if I can find any other things with that date, any other type of media with that date.
Gotcha. Roll me one more check. Same check.
Okay.
Failures. I will let you succeed if you take 1 wound. And I'll tell you how you get the wound, but only if you agree to it.
Done.
Lockhart is like, you're flying through these shelves. I neglected to really describe the shelves in detail, but I want to say that these shelves are not like, they're not wooden ornate kind of shelves. These are like very spare metal kind, or like not spare metal, but efficient, cheaply made metal shelves, right? It's effectively like a you've seen like a corner bent piece of metal that's used for like reinforcing on steel beams or whatever. It's just a corner piece of metal with a metal sheet to make like a place to lay the documents and whatever else. The edges to these are sharp, and as you are going, you like look through one side and then turn and look through another side and turn and look through another side and then turn. And as you turn, you're like going up and down the aisles, going left, right, really, really fast. And you turn once a little bit too hard, and you straight up like hit your face on one of the sheer sides of the metal and get a really nasty gash like across your forehead and over your eyebrow. And you immediately start bleeding because this is a head wound.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those little mistakes that it hurts bad, but you are in such a fucking state emotionally that just there is a part of you that surges in rage, and you're just like, I want to punch the fuck out of this bookshelf. I don't know if you, at least I don't know if you have that. I have that for sure. Like when you stub your toe and you like bend your toenail a little bit and it bleeds, and you just like want to kick the thing that hurt.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
Like, you just have to punch the inanimate object to get the rage out of your system, because today sucked, and it only has gotten worse since you've gotten here.
Fuck
but
this place.
yeah, like you, Lockhart, you smash your face into this wall and then have that brief moment of like recoil where you're like, fuck, ow, and then you feel like a lot of blood. And you just kind of wipe it off your face. You find one last document. The last document you find is earlier than the one you found. This document it has Ben Getty's name on it. It details, it is from the year 2000, like strictly the year 2000. This document details out the process, the electronic God, I can't techno babble right now. It details out an electronic way of mapping out somebody's brain such that you can make a digital copy.
Synapses.
And yes, like being able to perfectly mimic and map the synapses of a person. And this paper is thick. This is a massive stack of paper. It is at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches in paper of just data and reports of reporting. And this one is chiefly authored, like, whereas the next one, like the one that you just grabbed has person Joseph Diego, or person Johann Joseph Diego. This one is Johann Ben-Getty Joseph Diego, scientist. Like the lead person on this project would be Johann.
I have to wait till after session to freak out. Hang on. Holy shit. I mean, she's gonna grab that. And, like, I imagine, like, I guess she has some kind of bag with her. Just someone brought a bag at the very least. She's going to find something to wrap these papers in particular, and then put them in the bag, because these are very important. But the thing is, just clarifying this with you, Joe, this is 100%, it's done. It's not a theory. It's
it's done. It's done. This is the documentation of how it was, like, at least how it was done, or the test documentation. Without perusing it, this is a document. This is complete test documentation.
Yeah, that's gonna have to read that when we get out of here. Not if, when. I'm
going to tell you right now, I didn't write this document. Get your hopes a little bit lower. I will tell you.
No.
Actual
In
report.
character. Not out of character.
No, Joe, we demand that you have a 500,000 word scientific paper for us.
I fucking know y'all thirsty for lore docs, but God, Joe don't have the time. It's all up in Joe's brain. Joe will tell you what's in it.
We'll take a bullet point list because we like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can add it to the Hex project page or something.
So, you are doing this. Is there anything else you're doing? Because I want to flash back to Kaya.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Kaya. You finding all these old artifacts. What's the play?
So I'd like to apologize. In part of your description earlier, Mr. Amy came to talk with me, so I missed some of it. So she found a book, and the desk. A bunch of things that are like pretty much at least 100 years old for some of them. She recognized the book and the desk and a couple other things as being in the house.
Yeah. Artifacts and knickknacks from the house. And none of these are like, I mean, you are smart enough to recognize something worth scientific value at just pretty much at a glance. Looking at all of this stuff, nothing is immediately of scientific value. Like, there's nothing in here that you're like, oh my God, this is going to change the way we look at whatever. No, like, this is like, more, actually, you passed your roll. What the fuck am I doing? This is a like a personal vault. This is like a little, like a storage room for things that you care about. And just looking around, you don't see any pictures. At least not immediately. But if you want to search, you could probably find one. But in general, like, looking around this room, these seem to be like personal affects or things that matter to Joseph Diego. But you could imagine, like, he would probably keep things that are sentimental to him in here.
He has a heart?
It's cold and shriveled and now dead, but yes.
Okay. Definitely her first thought. I didn't know he's sentimental type.
Yeah, actually, he's got several hearts on backup. Or used to.
Not anymore.
Yeah, what happened to those, huh? So I missed if you mentioned if there are pictures or not, or if I could look
None
for
that you
those.
can. There's none stood up in a little picture frame, but
Mhm.
there might be one. Like there's a part of you that is intuitively like maybe there's one
Photo
like
album.
inside a book or in a photo album.
Yeah, okay. Well, she'll look for that while she's here. She'll direct Sprite and Marcus to also look.
Marcus starts to protest and then stops, and then he starts to help Sprite and Kaya look for some good shit.
I mean, if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to.
No, he's just anxious because holy shit, what is today?
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
But looking through there for a few minutes, how long do you want to spend on this?
How long did Lockhart spend on her thing?
10 minutes.
I was actually thinking 10 as well.
Okay.
I feel like that's the amount of time before you get anxious.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check at 1 purple. There's a lot less in this room because it is smaller. And you like a photo album sticks out. You're not looking through like stacks of the same shit. Yeah, so with it doesn't take you too long, but between 3 people, it will take the full 10 minutes. And after that amount of time, you manage to find what looks to be like amongst some other like keepsakes of like just again more knickknacks like an old school alarm clock, like a badminton, kind of strange but eclectic. You imagine for everything in this vault there would be like a story, a reason as to why this was put here and why it was kept for decades. But you find a photo album, and there it's old and just it's a little small one, like digest sized photo album, one photo per page. But these are developed photographs that are about like what is it, like 4 by 6 inches, like slightly bigger than, or about the size of a postcard.
Okay.
And you like flipping through it. The first picture, when you open it up, you turn it sideways, and it is the picture of Johan, that woman you saw, and Ben Getty, but and tall.
Tall Getty.
Okay, so you said there are 2 Gettys in this picture.
No.
You said Johan.
Sorry, I meant Joseph Diego,
Okay,
tall Ben
okay.
Getty, and a woman. Sorry,
I was about to
misspoke.
say, I have so many fucking questions.
That would be fucking crazy, but no.
Right? And tall Getty. Okay. Alright, she's gonna fucking flip through this shit. She's taking this with her. This seems important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leafing through, are there any other things of note?
Yeah, like I got the second photo. When you flip the page, it is a family photo. Very like, I don't know how better to describe it than like you know those like kind of Baroque family paintings where it's like a very dapper, debonair looking man of the house, and then the beautiful woman, and then they hold their kid, and they're not smiling. They're looking very like face blank, like, yes, this is what we look like. We're professional and profound. You know those kind of pictures?
Yeah.
Or paintings rather. There is a photograph that has that style of framing where there's man, wife, woman slash woman, and then child held in the lap. And this is a family picture. But they're wearing like, era appropriate clothing for the late 90s, in like professional late 90s attire. And there's the woman and the little girl and Joseph Diego. This would be presumably his family. And these are real photographs. These are not reprints. They have the patina of like age to them, where the white border on these pictures is tinted like a dull, like yellowy brown.
Mm-hmm. Are they labeled?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know how many of these you have very prepared to describe, Joe. But
At least for few.
yeah, Kai will definitely leaf through them, just because it's looking at pictures. It's not reading something. It takes like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Man, let's definitely leaf through them all. Get a quick look at what all the shit is.
There
and
are
put it in the bag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There are like a handful of other ones.
Are they all family portraits? Family pictures?
No.
No.
In fact,
Okay.
since you asked, I will give you this for free, despite Kaya not being the most perceptive. There are in this photo album, maybe about 10 to 12 photos. It's not full. There are about 10 to 12 photos. Of those 10 to 12, there are 2 that are family photos, and the rest of them are Johann and Joseph. Either one of them or both of them.
This is a kingpin situation?
A what?
Huh?
I said kingpin from Spider-Verse.
I know what them. I don't know what you mean.
I think you're saying his name wrong.
No, I know Kingpin. I just don't know what you mean for this.
I was just like making a joke of like, okay, did the family die? And he threw himself into research.
I mean, I would assume that they are dead at this point, at the very least, if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of them are Joseph Diego and Tall-Getty?
Mm-hmm. And these pictures, they're not like serious pictures. Like every picture with Johann and Joseph, it's them like there are 2 that stand out amongst the whole shebang, right? A lot of these are candid. Sorry, I have something stuck in my teeth. But you flip through a few more. There is a picture of Joseph and Johann, and presumably someone holding the camera. But they're at a lake, like a pond or lake or river. There's some body of water, and the picture is like mid shot of Joseph Diego standing at the top of a rock about to jump in, and Johann in the water. And this is probably the most bizarre picture to you, because they are both like smiling and laughing and clearly having a wonderful time. And it's very clearly Joseph Diego. Like, it is exactly his face shape. It's the same kind of haircut he had with the part down the middle. He doesn't have as much facial hair. But they're literally having a fun outing near a body of water with like leaves and nature around it, which nature and whatever is not extinct. That's not the state of the world. But it was certainly a lot better in the early 90s, you imagine. And
I don't like this.
One other picture.
This is kind of cursed.
There's one other picture that it shows Johann and Joseph sitting in chairs across from each other. God, I wanna sketch this out because they're not sitting like across from each other. It's like you have a table, right, and then you have one person sitting here, and they're like they have a hand here, and they're sitting there, and then you can see their leg go up, and like their legs are crossed as they're sitting kind of reclined in like an easy chair, or not an easy chair, a computer chair, and then you have the other one sitting across doing the same pose with the hand on their chin, also legs crossed, but they're not crossed over each other. They're sitting like from the top down. You would see one person like this and one person like that, and then the table.
Are they behind the table or are they on top of the table?
They're behind the table.
Okay.
But like it's this kind of like somewhat artistic pose where they're both like looking really contemplative and serious, but they're in a laboratory. There's like a college laboratory behind them with machinery and some old equipment, and you could point out like, oh, I know these are like old versions of what was replaced, or like what was the pre-replacement of this thing, like older technology that aged out and was replaced with newer, better versions of things that did the same thing effectively. But there's that picture, and then there is another one that is clearly like seconds later. That first one where they're looking contemplative and their brows are furrowed and trying to pontificate about something important, and then the next picture which follows it, where both Joseph Diego and Johann have just busted out into laughter, and it was caught candidly. You can see that like Johann has like started to laugh so hard, his hand is blurry because he presumably is like slapping the table. His eyes are closed and he is like mid chuckle, and then you can see Joseph Diego off to the side, like looking over at Johann with the kind of wry smile and also chuckling to himself. More controlled laughter. But those two pictures portray someone who you have only ever seen scowl in the like unabashed joyous moments.
This is weird.
Mm-hmm. There's an intimacy to these pictures that I imagine looking at them feels a little bit like intruding.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Well, I don't know if I should keep this or not, but I'm still gonna, because fuck this guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she'll just fucking pocket it, shove it in the bag, close the book.
As you snap it closed, you hear a slight like gasp over your shoulder as Sprite was looking over and just goes, "Oh, this dude.
Holy shit.
Did you get any weird vibes from that?"
Yeah, I didn't really think he was capable of smiling like that.
Yeah, for real. The only pictures I've seen of the guy, he looks like pissed all the time. But I mean, obviously not there. Not with that dude.
Yeah, that was Tolgetty.
They nod very slowly.
Mm.
Paul Getty. Like Ben Getty, and they like raise their hand from shoulder height to above their head.
Snap finger gun, like bingo.
Right. Do you think it's the same guy as the like your?
That's a interesting question, because I'm pretty sure the answer is both yes and no.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, all of the shit is.
they just kind of look around at and you're in the hallway moving out, I imagine, right? So like as you're moving, they just look around and it's concrete. The halls are concrete and steel. So just kind of look around, just like, yeah, this place is fucked up for real. Hey, when are we leaving? They catch up to you.
Not till we go through all of the rooms. Make sure we, don't leave any stone unturned.
Okay.
And then we're gonna give the signal to Legs, and she's gonna cyber nuke this place.
Yeah, sounds like her.
Yeah, so did you guys find anything?
Are you asking that to
Right. And Marcus?
Sprite Marcus?
Mm-hmm.
Sprite shrugs and Marcus just shakes his head and he's like, nothing important. It just looked like stuff. Just stuff. Stuff I'd have in my apartment. I saw an action figure, like an old one. I didn't want to move it because I felt like if I tried to move it, it would just break.
Oh. Are those like... Well, never mind. We should probably meet up with Locke and... Fucking Locke. Tired fucking sigh.
You hear Sprite mumble something like, do you think that's her mom?
No, it's not. And...
It could be a mom.
It's not.
Aunt. Estranged aunt. Older cousin?
No, as far as I'm aware, they're not actually related.
How aware are you?
I mean, I think I know her pretty well. I know who it is.
Huh. Okay, Locke, what are you doing?
I think that I'd assume that Kaya, Sprite, and Marcus are leaving the room, preparing to meet with Lockhart when she's done.
Yep. You would get there right as Lockhart, you're finishing up. And you can address the bloody forehead.
Yeah, Lockhart's putting this big stack of paper in a bag. Wipes her forehead, get the fucking blood out of the way.
Locke is looking at you, Lockhart, and there's like been a change in her affect a little bit. Like she has gone from kind of impatient and a little frustrated, like clearly annoyed by or at something. But in this moment, she's doing that thing where no, you know what? Straight up, she's using her own threat assessment on you, and she is currently like assessing, like, okay, she's not a threat to me, but she's keyed the fuck up. You can just feel this from her. This like approximation of like trying to guess where you're at. But she doesn't say anything. You can just tell that her mood has kind of changed. And she would offer you like a thing to clean your forehead too, so that you're not just using your shirt sleeve. She has a little hanky.
I imagine Lockhart was like looking at this document and kind of like having that realization, like, fuck, kind of thing, right? And she very carefully puts it into the bag and wraps it in something before putting it in the bag because she wants to make sure it's safe. And I feel like she was a little too intent for a couple seconds. So when she looks up at Locke, it kind of snaps her out of it a little bit, like, oh, I know what you're doing, kind of thing. And she straightens her shoulders a bit more, and tries to clear or like give the neutral vibe that she, the neutral but intimidating vibe.
Mhm.
But she'll take the hanky with a nod. And she'll just say without even really being prompted, she's like, I'm fine.
Locke is a woman of few words. You know this. And at the assurance of being fine without her having prompted you, she doesn't say anything. She just nods once really slowly. You're not sure if that's her nodding and being like, I believe you, or her nodding and being like, I absolutely don't believe you. I just don't want to address it.
The right.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably at that point is when the rest of the gang walks in. Lockhart's wiping her forehead.
Mm-hmm.
She'll hand
And
the
the
bag.
gang arrive.
She'll hand over the bag to Kaya.
Okay.
Can you hold on to this for me?
Yeah, what the fuck happened to you? I'm gone for what, 10 minutes and you get hurt?
I bumped my head. It's
How the
nothing
fuck
serious.
How the fuck did this happen?
She'll just put her hand out and point the edge of one of the shelves.
He just looks at it. Just like, just exasperated as all fucking hell. Fucking digs out the fucking med kit.
We don't have time for this. Let's go. She'll push past.
Grab. Like, no, I'm putting a fucking bandage on it so that it stops bleeding into your fucking eyes.
Kaya, it'll stop on its own. It's not serious. We really don't have time for this.
We literally gotta keep searching the rooms. We can stop for 2 minutes when you slap a bandage on it.
She kind of, like, if Kaya stopped her, like, did she, like, grab her arm or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lockhart is just going to pull her arm. It's like, fine, let's just keep moving. Don't have a lot of time.
Acceptable. Compromise.
And Lockhart will lead the charge to the new rooms.
Kai will get pulled along, but she's still fucking getting the bandage out as soon as we stop and bandage is going on. But to the next rooms.
So, do we want to do the same groupings as last time?
Yeah, sure. Unless we're gonna get a quick flash to Legacy, unless you're waiting for us to clear the rooms first.
I figure we're waiting for you to clear the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, speed run.
Okay.
I say we take, if we're doing the same groupings, we take the big room.
Yeah.
Locke could take this room, and Sprite and Marcus can take that room. To be honest,
So,
Kaya and Lockhart could split up and just take the 2 outer rooms. Make this faster.
Up until one of y'all chooses the wrong room, and you have to call the other one over.
And if we got comms.
Yeah.
Right, Lockhart? You have comms.
Yeah, we have comms.
I mean, as long as Kaya gets to put bandage on first, she'd be down to split up temporarily.
I
to speed
will.
things up.
I will say, you guys can think about what rooms you want to try. Legacy, there is an entire fork you have not gone down in terms of hacking. If you want to. It will still burn up. You don't have to worry about it. But if you wanted to see what's down there.
Will there be like cameras and shit for the security system? I would assume that like this secretive there wouldn't be cameras and shit.
No, but there is a security system.
I guess if we're filling time, I can do it.
Okay.
Where's my dice? Good dear.
Yeah.
Per shit. Where's my book? There's my book. What would the first hack check be?
The first one, I believe it is a difficulty 2.
Amy, what are my things again?
You have battering ram and Gordian blade.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I need a success for this. I'm assuming that an override strength of 6 would get it for this first one.
Yes, if you succeed.
That's 2 success and an advantage.
2 success and 1 advantage. Yeah. So you are able to, like, you could have been sifting through some of the quote unquote dummy data if you wanted to, at which point you decided, like, you know what, fuck it, I just want to see what else is down this path. You're totally well within your right to say that you've done that. But going through this area, the ice that is through here is a lot more intricate, but not necessarily tougher. But with that single check, you're able to get through to the lights and temperature control for the 3rd floor and all the like habitat control stuff. And looking down the way, you can see that the security system here is far less robust. There is not, it doesn't look to be the same magnitude as the other ones have been, where it controlled multiple things and cameras and units and alarm systems. It seems to be tied to like a single thing.
You know what? Because you have dragged me in to this. I was having podcast hours. Legacy's gonna be a shit. Because at this point, she's been bored, waiting for this to be done. Yoink the temperature controls. It's gonna get real cold.
It is gonna get very cold.
Fucking. See what it kind of talks about how patience is a new thing for Legacy? And she's just learned, so she's like, yeah, she'll wait, but this is new for her, so we don't know how long that is.
Well, just make sure that like it's a space station, so she's gonna make sure like they don't freeze to death. But
It's about to get like 50 degrees.
cooler than that, probably closer to 40.
40?
It's gonna get
Okay.
it's gonna get real cold. You'll see your breath for sure and start to shiver.
Kaya's gonna be living her best fucking life.
Chiron's hot.
She'll keep down the
th-
path.
yeah, you go down this path, and roll me before you roll your ice breaking check. Roll me just a quick. I want to say, what is it? Access to like assess the network. No, it's access. Yeah. Okay. So roll me a hacking check, and this is going to be at 2 red and a purple.
And this is to do what exactly again?
This is to assess, because there's something about the network security system that seems off to you. And so this is to hack the network, before you hack the network, excuse me. There is like an assessment that you would make before attempting to break any ice.
Gotcha. I will leave it to your discretion if this would count. I have a net search ability. If your character has access to the network, they may use this talent to upgrade the ability of the next knowledge check they make during their turn twice. It's technically not a knowledge. It's not under that category, but it feels like it should be.
Okay.
And in return, any what's this symbol? Yes, any disadvantages that I have, the GM must spend giving me seemingly relevant and believable information, but completely false.
Gotcha. Also, I got the difficulty wrong. You can make this check. It is at 1 red and 3 purple.
Okay, that's a little more doable.
But I will use my 1 DM point to up it to 2 red, 2 purple, because I want to be a bastard.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do then? Like, first off, will that be allowed to apply? The net search.
Yeah.
Okay. Which means that this gets bumped. And this gets bumped to this. And then I will spend the point that you just spent to bump it again. I need my other set of dice. See, this playing Genesys with this build is just Z has fun with literally 3 sets of dice that I have to use. Because my grand total here, Joe, so that you can appreciate this, it may make you cringe.
Oh God.
5 yellow, 3 red, 1.
Jesus.
Okay, that's blank, that's blank, that's going to cancel this. That will cancel this. A triumph and 2 advantages.
A triumph and 2 advantages.
Yes.
Legacy. This security system is very, very tough. you can probably crack it, but it is very tough. And it's very unusual because it does not connect to cameras. It does not connect to an alarm system. It does not connect to a series of drones or anything. It connects to what appears to be a habitat pod, some sort of controlled stasis environment.
Don't like that.
There's one.
She's gonna go stick her nose in it.
This is why we appreciate you, Z.
Because I have the characters that make the stupid decisions.
Mm-hmm. But only sometimes. Not every character, but some characters. I'm just fortunate enough that Legacy happens to be one of those characters.
Okay, what's she doing once she gets down here?
If you want to try and break the ice, it's going to be the same difficulty. So it will be 1 red, 3 purple. And which is... I will also give you for your triumph. You would know that if you fail to ice break it, it will alert. It will automatically give the enemy runner a chance to trace.
I have a whole bunch of trace, like, essentially ghost attempts, though, I think.
Gotcha.
Because I do have that thing that means that... Hold on. Yeah, I get 1 additional trace from Net Hunter. Plus whatever I get automatically.
Or rather than give the enemy a chance to trace, it would more like it could trigger the system. It could trigger the security system.
Gotcha. I will trigger distinctive style to give me a buffer here. And...
You know, I could probably just put
Tell me.
Lockhart Kaya on the map here, and you can just decide where you guys
Thank you, Joe.
And I've not used any of my anti-sysops yet, so I should be good. So with that, that'll give... Length 5... 1... Cancel... That's not good. Oh, cancel.
How bad is it?
It is... Am I getting this right? Hold on, I'm double checking that I know what the symbol means, because it's not the Genesys symbol, or not the FFG. Okay, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I have a grand total of 4 successes and 1 fear.
Oh, the ultimate bad thing?
Yeah, the opposite of triumph. With 4
Fear?
successes.
That's a
Perfect.
what?
Fear. I can't
Anti-triumph.
believe I can't remember what it's called. I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah.
It's not
Despair.
Despair. Perfect. I'll be right back. I use the bathroom, but I'll tell you what your despair gets you in a minute.
Oh, okay.
He's fucking singing that he gets to fuck me over.
I thought fear was another thing, like an additional bad thing that was new, and I was like, what?
No. It's just the anti-triumph. I forget the name of it off the top of my head right now. It comes up so rarely.
Despair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I'm having to do this with 3 separate dice things. I'm having to mix and match fucking Genesis and or Star Wars and Genesis dice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different sets of symbols that mean the same thing, but also don't. And it's just like fucking. I'm struggling over here, man.
Mm. Good luck, homie.
Okay, both of those go. These go there. These go. I do like that Genesis anticipates you like having a worse time of things than the Star Wars system does, because the only difference between the sets of dice, aside from the symbols, the Genesis set comes with 2 red dice, so 2 of the big bad dice. The Star Wars system only comes with 1.
Ha!
Genesis anticipates you entering into problems.
Okay. So you will successfully get through the security system to get access to it. But with a despair, you will immediately make the system you entered, the security system, activate. Or I will let you shut yourself out of this system permanently. The security system.
So
not the whole system. Not the whole like level 3.
If the secured
you can get into it and wake it up, or you can.
But I'd still have access to it.
Yes.
So I can still.
Yeah, I won't tell you
up.
what you get. Okay. You want access to it?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So you bust through the system. On the other side, you see, like, in your cyberspace area, you're in the pitch darkness of the room inside that chip. And you see what looks to be like a steel containment cylinder. It almost looks like a hot water heater, like a high durability hot water heater. Just this broad, person-sized metal containment unit, and the security system, when you get access to it, it's very, very rudimentary. The controls are as follows. You can open and close that pod. You can lock the pod. And that is basically it. And you have access to one camera, and it is the camera inside that pod. And you get access to it. The moment you get access to it, you immediately recognize what it is. The camera system comes up and it shows you a live feed of information and data about a diagnostic systems and life support systems. And the little camera shows you in a room with no light, except for the little bit that is coming off of the camera inside the unit, a smooth faceplate with a single light in the middle of it.
Fucking
And
lock the pod.
You lock the pod and the light just and it comes on.
Lockhart, you start getting text messages very quickly. Red, 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 red.
Which room are you guys going to, by the way? Kaya, Lockhart? Gonna need you to decide on those rooms now. How about those rooms?
I picked mine. I called dibs.
In that room? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
And where are you sending Locke and the others?
Lock. Marcus, right?
I think I have Marcus and Bright and Locke. Perfect. So you all go to your various rooms. Lockhart, you walk into this room. You swipe the card and enter this room. Had you seen the photo album, you would have a startling realization. This lab, when you open the room and look into it, this entire room looks like a college laboratory. Faithfully recreated here with fake windows to the outdoors installed as well. Inside, there are 2 chairs that sit kind of jauntily tipped aside, like people were sitting in them recently. It's old. This room, even to your untrained techie eye, this is housing old technology, like technology from the 80s. 80s or 90s at least. But you've never seen this room. It's old though. Assumedly. Go ahead and make me a perception check. At 2 purple. And you can have your blues.
Yay. Perception.
Success advantage. As you are looking around in this room, you notice that there are pieces that look like they're wood, and you get a little closer and check, and upon closer inspection, you see that they're not wood. It's fake. It's made to look like wood. This is what you're used to. This is synthetic wood. And you can look around at other things and you can kind of glean like this is almost like a set. It's obviously not meant to be used as a set. It's obviously not a recording place, but this whole thing looks like it's like a nostalgia baked recreation of a place.
It's like going to Disneyland and seeing It's a Small World, but without the puppets.
Exactly. A single room that is devoid of any life. It just looks like a set for that actors would use almost.
Hmm.
Kaya, you go over into this room. As you enter this room, go ahead and you don't make me a perception check, but make me a you can do me a science check at 3 purple.
Quick question.
Yes.
May I use the advantages to get some strength?
I'm not for this because there's there's nothing you're not I will save those for combat.
Yes, sir.
Science 3 purple, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Advantage, triumph, and 4 successes. You walk in, Kaya. This lab looks a lot like the one a few floors up, the one that Ben Getty had, except it's smaller. It has that same sort of like plateau slope and then a lower plateau area. It has some advanced equipment, a lot of which seems kind of like stuff that you've seen at Maxine's place. There's a little bit of chemistry and bio equipment meant to help facilitate like surgical operations. There's no blood, don't worry. But there is a containment pod that looks like it looks similar to a cryogenic pod, but it's much heavier duty. And the other thing that catches your eye is something that from a distance you are sort of confused about because it looks a little strange, but when you take a step closer and get a closer look at it, it looks almost like an Iron Maiden. And
What?
instead of it is person shaped. Mm-hmm. Imagine like an Iron Man suit, but it's folded open. And on the inside of the suit is just hundreds upon hundreds of thin needles. And you know this suit. It's unpainted, gunmetal gray, but it is that faceplate is unmistakable.
So there's a pod that's kind of person shaped. And inside of it, I'm assuming you said it's an unpainted red?
So the pod, I should say, the pod is over here. It's like a big holding container, and then this open, like, Iron Maiden red is right here. And then the other bits of the lab are just scattered around, like different elements of science equipment and robotics equipment.
Oh, the thing holding red is open? Okay.
Well, the thing that would be red if it was closed. The faceplate is open.
Oh, wait. Like an empty Iron Man suit kind of thing?
Yes. An Iron Man suit that is opened. And inside of the Iron Man suit are a bunch of needles that give it the impression of like an Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay.
This big cylinder over here, think of this as just a giant hot water heater looking thing. It's closed. There's no window. It's just sitting over there on the side.
Well, is there any movement or sound?
No, not that you can hear. But this suit, this is very much just exactly red. From tip to toe. It is red, but not painted red.
Well, Kaya is going to just look around the room. She's not moving from where she is. She's not moving any closer. She's going to look around the room real quick. Just, see if this is worth staying in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, Joe? Is there anything in here?
Well, there's some things you could glean if you wanted to inspect the red suit closer, but you've seen what it is. This is the lab. Here, I'll
Mhm.
reveal the name to you. This is where presumably red was created.
Presumably.
Presumably.
Well, if there's nothing happening, there's no sound or movement at all, she's just going to cautiously look around, keeping an eye on that fucking pod, keeping the door open, ready to fucking run if
Mhm.
so much as a mouse squeaks.
Okay. As you are like kind of scanning the room, Lockhart, it's only been a handful of seconds since you stepped into this room and like the group split up and went their separate directions. Locke has come back into the room, like following on your heels, and just crosses around and just goes, "There's nothing in that room. There seems to be a big container."
Oh,
Container.
And as you say that, your phone starts blowing up like crazy, Lockhart. From Legacy, you get what were the messages? Red, red, run, run, it's red.
pretty much, yep.
Let me go here. Inside,
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
this is where they built all the stuff, and this is where they put it in practice.
Lockhart. Yeah, so Lockhart said, containment room. Here's the vibrating, pulls out her phone, looks at it, pushes past.
You push
If I
past
can.
lock. Yeah, you push past lock, and the second your foot crests that threshold, Kaya, you are putting together all of the things that you're putting together and start to like back up a little bit, and you're listening for the teeniest little bit of movement. And you don't hear a teeny bit of movement. You hear what sounds like a battering ram hitting a door, like an iron door. You hear a
Lockhart,
and yep.
just real quick, as she steps out, will yell, "Run!"
Well, let me do one of these. Boop. So you can see what that one's called. You yell run. I'm gonna go ahead and throw all you guys right into here.
Wait, can you reveal this?
You'll have to ask Sprite and Marcus about it.
If they survive.
Oh, fuck, hold on. These should be friendly. Actually, hold on. Let me trash this encounter. Friendly and friendly. Now, if I throw these into here, there we go. But red gets 2. So I'm going to enter turn order. Just, in case. If you all go to the little tab here. Oh, wait. Damn it.
There are 2 red?
Then let me roll it. Red gets 2 turns.
Ooh, fun.
Placeholder. Cool. I will roll all of these. There we go. Oh, the dice.
Sorry.
Totally
accidentally
fine.
clicked.
I just did it for expediency, but you're totally within your right to roll your own thing.
You're rolling vigilance.
Yes, I rolled vigilance. And we want some astral danger.
We don't do difficulty on initiative, right?
No.
Correct. Nah, I want something fast and cool. That's pretty good. So,
Horror movie music.
you say run, just as the gunshot explosion noise hits. I'm gonna say go. Who's going first?
I'd like to take the initiative if I can.
You may claim it.
Fucking
I don't know why it claimed.
as Valerie? Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
I
on.
guess she's going first.
I don't know how this shit works, man. It's so annoying. Can you move your token at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Then just go as if it were your turn. Go as if it were your turn.
Okay. He's right at the threshold, right?
You can't see him, but there is
Oh.
a big like container within this room that has what appears to be a big just fucking dent coming out of it, like something is inside trapped.
Okay. And I don't think barricading it would help any. Is there anything? I can't punch right now. I want to punch so bad. Let's see. Is there anything to short circuit, actually, to make it harder for him to get out?
You could try to short circuit the door that
Yeah.
the thing is on it.
Yeah, I'll try to do that, I guess.
Go for it. I'm going to pay my 1 DM point. This is going to be it'll be 1 red and 2 purple.
1 red, 2 purple. Okay. And just to be clear, I break it like just attacking the door, like latch,
Yes.
or not latch, but the control panel. 2 red, 1 purple. I get. Would quick strike trigger here or no?
What does quick strike do?
Combat checks against targets that have not acted yet this encounter.
You're not hitting him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Fair to ask, though.
Just want to make sure.
See how generous you're feeling?
Oh, no. It's a despair.
Oh no.
So you can hit the door, and you can short circuit it. I will give you one of two options.
Okay.
You can short circuit the door, and I will give you a 50-50 shot on hurting red beneath the door, and unlocking it, or just hurting red. Or you can do nothing.
Wait, is Lockhart
You can hit the
attacking the
door and
door
zap it.
to the room or the door to the pod?
The door to the pod.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll take the 50-50.
Roll me a D100. You want 40, you want 50 or below.
Okay. Hey.
There you go. Okay, so your gauntlet, how much damage does it do?
It does. So it's the palm stunner.
Yes.
It's 5 damage, 5 crit.
5 damage. So with
And I don't think it matters as much here, but I do have the knockout punch, which adds more stun essentially to the attack.
stun deals strain damage.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and you roll me an attack with your palm stunner as if you were rolling against. Well, actually, no, that would count. That would effectively count. So you're dealing 3 damage plus 5 for 8. How much of that is stun?
It has 1 stun quality on it, and then I have 5 stun from knockout punch.
So that's 6 stun total.
Yep.
Okay. And stun is not mitigated by soak at all, is it, Z?
No.
That's
No.
impressive.
And I don't know how you want to run it, but just so that you're aware, in general, it's strain damage that affects machinery worse than wounds.
Yes. This would be very helpful. This is going to be very helpful against red.
And I can use my advantages to clear some strain, right?
Yes, now you can.
Sweet. I will clear the 3 strain. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then where's my little combat pop out? I clicked X on it and I fucked it up. Can I just, man, I don't know how this system does this shit. It's so weird.
Does what?
Like, there we go. I'll just say lock will go. Hold on. Your initiative. Nope, not what I want.
That's weird.
We're going to change this to 3.00 so that Lockhart's at the top. And I want to Kyle, Kaya, do you want to go next?
Sure.
I figured that it would make more sense for the PCs to go before the NPCs because you can just tell
Yeah.
me what you want the NPCs to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she's gonna wanna fucking get as close to here as she can. See what the fuck's happening. I don't know how far I can move.
It's a range band,
can-
so it's how far Joe.
In wavy.
Yeah.
Like
Where do you want to
down.
be?
Oh,
Think Call of Cthulhu. How far can you run in like 6 seconds?
okay. That makes this easier.
Yeah.
Kaya's gonna round the fucking corner. It's like, hey, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, you run around the corner and you can see that Lockhart has your ear. Press a palm to a like giant metal tube container that looks a lot like the one that you saw in that mechanics room. And this one, however, aside from Lockhart's palm resting on it, zapping it, it has a massive fist-shaped dent coming from the inside.
Okay, well, this is hardware. Supposed to be her specialty. Can she help shut this thing down?
No. It's already as shut down as it's going to get.
Oh, okay.
It is both locked and zapped.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. She's going to move out of the way and fucking yell at Marcus and Sprite to get their asses out of there. We're leaving. 'Cause I don't think there's anything else for her to do.
I will say, if Genesis is running on the same combat system as Star Wars, it's essentially an action and a maneuver, and your maneuver is moving. And if you don't take an action, you can do 2 maneuvers so you can move again.
Yep. You basically can do a thing and move, or you can move twice.
There's also help, isn't there?
There is. You can help. You can help someone in some way if you want to. But if you want to, I will say, Kaya, if you've used your maneuver to run over there, you can use your action to order one of the NPCs to move, and they will get a free maneuver to relocate somewhere. But you have to pick which one.
Okay.
Marcus is slower.
Yeah, I was gonna say Marcus.
Sprite is speedy.
I will say you roll me a leadership check.
Oh, fuck you.
It's going to be leadership at 2 purple.
Can I just not bother?
You can auto fail if you like.
It's 1 yellow, my dude.
Yep.
I put 1 rank in it to be fun.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I can roll.
Yeah.
There are blank sides on the die. See, you got 1 blank.
1 advantage.
You have a advantage. You can recover strain if you have any strain you need to recover.
I'd like to. Is that a 1-to-1?
Yep.
Yep.
So you recover 1 strain, and who are you? You're yelling at Marcus to move?
Yeah. Just we gotta go like now.
Marcus runs out of the room. He's going to use his maneuver to run up here and realize what's happening, and he is going to rush to your aid, Lockhart.
Fucking Can Kaya stop him?
Nope.
No.
He's surprisingly fast.
You fucking.
I like cardio.
The endurance training is working.
Wrong
endurance-
fucking way.
Training's gonna get him killed.
He said run.
I said we gotta go. As in leave. Fucking. Okay.
That's the leadership check was how well is the person she's ordering going to follow the direction. Let's make lock 1.5 and let's make Kaya. I'm readjusting the numbers. I'm changing the order. What? No. What the? Why won't it let you go up? This system is so fucking buggy. I do not understand.
The Foundry system itself?
Yeah, it's really not wanting to cooperate. Hold on. I'm just going to reset it. And don't man. I want it. Fine. Fucking I hate how this works. This is so frustrating. Placeholder, yes. Roll everything. Delightfully close. Whatever. So gone. Third friendly, it's going to be Marcus. Or actually, you guys can pick who goes next. Which NPC do you want to go next? Locke, Marcus, or Sprite? Or do you want me to do it?
I'd say either Marcus or Locke, personally. Do you have a preference, Amy?
Nope.
Okay. Marcus is going to go. He is going to use his maneuver to step in and use his action to brace the door and put both hands on it. And he will turn to you, Lockhart, and be like, run, go.
Girl. Boy.
Locke is going to run in and get crammed in this and just be like, what the fuck is going on? And is going to hold an action. And then Sprite is going to run out, see all of this chaos, and is gonna hoof it to the stairs.
Thank you. Fucking someone.
Somebody made the correct decision.
Red's turn is probably going to be very easy because I'm just going to assume that nothing else really meaningful happens besides Red making a bunch of checks. Disease.
Freaking Lockhart's response to freaking Locke being like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, this is why I hired you.
Increase the difficulty.
I imagine it's like a slight sitcom situation over where Kaya is, where it's like, okay, we gotta go. Marcus runs in. Kaya just face palms. Sprite runs past her. Thank you, Sprite.
This is going to be slightly more difficult because of Marcus pushing against the door and the door being locked, and also Lockhart being Marcus pushing against the door and Lockhart like having glitched it out a little bit. It's gonna be this. Despair. He's not getting out. I'm gonna roll that check again. Oops.
Only 6 dice.
A lot of successes. 2 clean hits. As you are standing there, like deliberating on what's happening, Locke is like, "What the fuck is going on?" And Marcus tells you to go, and then another hit ends the metal in. Part of the door is cracked now. You can see red gauntleted fingers creep out of the crack, and then on the other side of the door, like mirroring it, another punch, like he's bracing himself and pulling his fist into it. And he reaches his hand out on that side. We're gonna go back to the top of initiative order. Lockhart, what are you doing?
Okay. How big is the hole that he has just made?
Not very big. It's about like 4 to 6 inches on either side. It is a
Okay.
big metal door. Like to give you an idea, it is like this giant metal frame that is like a blast door, and he has bent part of it in here. But it's seated in this even bigger, like containment sort of pod.
Okay, so the inner layer is opened, essentially.
Basically, yes. There's a little hole
Okay.
on either side here where it's bent that he has grabbed on either side of. It's not clear whether he's going to try to like push or pull or twist or rip, but he's got a grip on it now.
Okay. I am actually going to... God damn it, headset.
Oop.
I can hear it again. Sorry about that. I'm gonna tell Marcus. Is there a way to step to the side of the thing so that way essentially we can surround him?
No. There's only enough room for one person to be in there. If you want to get in, you have to push Marcus out or order him to leave, which you would have a much easier time of doing.
Yeah, okay, good. Lockhart will turn to, or not even turn to Marcus, not even, just kind of look at him from the side. Marcus, leave now.
I will let you count this as a maneuver, and you don't have to get any closer if you want to do something in melee of the thing. But roll me a coercion check
Okay.
or a leadership check, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
And it will be at 1 purple.
Yeah, so she'll tell him to leave now, and she'll also add, you're the last line of defense for Kaya and Sprite. You need to keep them safe. If none of us get out with this information, all of this was for nothing. And you said coercion?
Yep. Oh, or leadership.
Leadership. No, I'm going to spend a point
Uh-huh.
to upgrade my coercion. So, upgrade. How many purples?
1 purple.
Okay.
Two successes. That's all you need. Marcus looks at you, and you can see the like pleading as he's like he doesn't fully grasp the situation. All he knows is like, I want to help, and you can tell that he wants to help.
When she sees that, she doesn't. She's not going to be nice about this. She's just going to glare at him and say, "Go."
He lets go, and he will use a maneuver from your coercion check to run out this way. He awkwardly looks at Kaya as he runs back out, like, sorry.
Lockhart is going to. So if she were to step in, she can still step into the room, correct?
Yeah, you're still within reach of it.
Okay. If he were to push the thing open, is it going to go on top of her?
If he pushes, you think of it like standing in front of a giant refrigerator with one door.
Mm-hmm. So it'll swing open rather than just straight up.
The way that he's pushing it, it's going to fall off the hinges and collapse straight down on you like a fucking ton of bricks.
Okay, exactly. So I want to move a bit to the side so that it doesn't fall on me. Please.
Okay.
But still in like defensive range, essentially.
Yeah, you got it.
So like I guess kind of here technically.
Uh-huh.
Off to the side.
Okay. Are you doing anything with your action, or are you going to hold your action?
I will hold my action.
Okay.
Just fucking leave, bitch.
Kaya?
Just fucking leave, man.
Kaya's wondering why the fuck aren't we running? It's like, we just gotta fucking leave, man.
If you want, Kaya, I will give you a blue on your next check if you let Locke go first. Or Locke go before you.
What does she plan on doing? Or am I just gonna have to find out?
You'd have to risk it.
You know what? Fine.
Okay. Lockhart, you square up like you're ready for this door to come crashing down and to go into the fight of your life, and you feel a hand like old times. This fist grip you by the shirt collar and pull you in real close, nose to nose, and Locke is in your face. And it has been a long time since Locke got in your face, but she's like, "What are you doing? I'm paid to do this. You run." And she is going to try to shove you down the hall.
I'll get Lockharted.
If you resist, you're going to need to roll against it.
Everybody fighting over who dies first, man.
Can we fucking run? We don't have to have someone be a martyr, you know?
Well, in Locke's head, Locke is like, I'm not going to be a martyr. I'm going to beat the shit out of this thing. I'm paid to be here to beat the shit out of it. Locke has no idea what this thing is, but knows like she was paid to be the bodyguard, and this is the perfect time to be that.
Yeah, no, she's obviously going to not, she's going to fight against it. So what do you say it's a roll?
Roll an athletics check. It's going to be 2 purple, 2 red.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Wait. I'm wrong. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. It is going to be. Oh no, it is still 2 purple, 2 red.
2 purple, 2 red. Do I have anything for athletics? I think I do.
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
Dedication.
And I will say after right before Red is completely free at the end of this round, assuming he doesn't roll any triumphs, Legacy, you can pop off the bomb, the chaos bomb.
Yes. Shit up.
Sees it. She's watching this on the fucking camera inside of Red's fucking pod. Just, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Fuck.
Yeah, the camera is like bending and twisting because the camera is embedded into the door, but you can see that Red is like frantically trying to get out because it knows something is wrong.
Is there any way, like, I know it's not like, she's not going to get much better than just locked in this thing from what she has access to, but simply because Legacy would be like trying to do something, can she like completely short circuit the pod so that it's like just stuck there?
Yeah, you can absolutely just short that. I would give you that for free as part of your chaos bomb. Your chaos bomb is going to basically melt down the pod, and anything in the area, anything electric that's connected to the network is going to just start shitting itself. And the main thing connected to the network down here is this pod.
Good.
What Lockhart? Locke grabs you and tries to force you down. How do you like break the grapple from her? In a moment where student has surpassed the master, you break her hold on you.
Okay, because Locke taught her a lot of like Eastern fighting, Eastern types of martial arts, right?
Uh-huh.
So I imagine she grabbed her from behind and tried to spin her, right?
Uh-huh.
Lockhart moved her arm and her elbow like under, like at the crook of Locke's elbow, and spun, so it broke her grasp and spun so that Locke was again behind her instead of like continuing to twirl, essentially.
Okay. In a swift reversal, you have Locke being put on the back foot, and she's a little surprised.
You were hired to protect them, not me.
Valerie, she's looks at you and then looks over at Kaya. And Kaya, you can see the surprise on her face is very plain. Like, I didn't expect to be turned around against my wishes.
The small sense of how I get fucked in the back of Kaya's mind, because she doesn't really like Valerie, is drowned out by Kaya just yelling at them, "Can we all just fucking run? Like, that's an option? Why the fuck are you still here?"
Valerie's gonna shuffle herself out of your grip and then look back at you, Lockhart, with a little bit of renewed respect, and then look at that door that's being slowly but surely ripped off of its hinges and thrown off, or about to be thrown off. And she is going to start to hustle. And she will stop at you, Kaya, on her way over, and you can see in her eyes that she's like, there's a moment where she questions whether or not she should try to shove you down the hallway and be like, come on, you too. But
Don't you
she
fucking dare.
doesn't. She
Yeah.
does not.
Kaya will bite. She
Kaya.
There's that little spark of legacy in there.
Kaya is not formally trained as a fighter. She knows how to throw a punch. Other than that, she fights dirty when she can. She will bite. She doesn't give a shit about form. Fucking, you said it's starting to come off the hinges?
Yep.
Kaya's not leaving without Lockhart. Lockhart, she's not just gonna let Lockhart just fucking start fighting. That's such a bad idea.
She'll just I'll follow after. Just go.
Who the fuck do you think I'm not gonna fucking leave. Let's fucking go.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
It's not Legacy this time.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Fucking Lockhart. Let's just fucking leave.
Oh!
20.
I don't know if that's really good or really
Yeah,
bad.
really good, really bad.
I am so sorry.
It's alright. It's okay.
Lockhart, she's getting really frustrated. She's trying to focus on Red because she knows this is going to be a tough fight. But she's getting distracted, which is just pissing her off even more. Kaya, I never asked you to watch after me. I don't need you here. Now go. Run. I don't need you watching after me, and I never have.
Ouch.
Get out of here. They need your help more than I ever needed it.
Ooh.
Whew.
And here we witness the death of a ship.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Well.
You got a few seconds before that door is kicked off its hinges.
Well, that was a very, very emotional blow. One of Kaya's biggest insecurities. And that just fucking hurt. But she's got to focus. She is trying to not think of that right now. But it just... You know what? No, ketchup and mustard. Kai is just as stubborn as Lockhart.
Oh my god.
I imagine that really fucking stung. And there's slight little tension behind Kaya's eyes. It's like, damn, that fucking hurt. Can't really get emotional about it though. So you said the doors are about to come off its fucking hinges. It's about to be a fight.
Yep. After you say or act,
Mm-hmm.
the doors are. I'm gonna roll to see if the doors come off.
All right. Well, last time they encountered Red, they did it together, and Kaya's not about to let that change. So she's just gonna fucking tighten the strap on her fucking bag because she's about to pull whatever bullshit she has again.
Let's go, Kaya.
More magnets.
Yep. She'll pull whatever the fuck she's got, reaching a hand in, getting ready. It's like, okay, well, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, I'm not leaving you. So we're doing this together or we're both gonna die.
He needs 2 successes or 1 triumph.
Is there anything Kylie can... Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh. Okay.
That's
No.
more than enough.
Yep.
Lockhart, I need you to make me a coordination check at 3 purple.
Okay. Holding action didn't do anything, right?
Actually, yeah, I'll make it. I will make it 2 purple because you were holding an action. Unless you want to. No, actually, yeah, you can knock it down to 2 purple.
Okay.
Because you were keyed up for this.
She's ready. She's prepared.
On that little camera that is sputtering and dying now, Legacy. You see Red, like, his hands come off the door and they go to either side of him. Like he's pushing his hands against the left and right walls of the pod, and he presses his hands into them, making them bend, punches up his legs to his chest, and heel kicks the door. The door, like, completely rips off of its hinges. It sounds like an explosion as it rockets out, and Lockhart, it's going to clip you. I'm going to count this as one of these. It's going to deal, let's see. This, I will make it slightly harder. It will deal 6 damage to you, Lockhart.
I have soak, right?
Yes.
Does this factor in here?
Yes, soak will factor in.
I have 7 soak.
Okay. So that it comes out and it clips your arm, but only insofar as you feel it, because it pushes your arm and makes you almost fall over. But the whole door has been shunted forward and pushed into the wall here. It is like recessed into the concrete. Red is loose.
Here we go.
It's
You were
going
looking
to be
fight this boy.
Mm-hmm.
This is
going to
on
be
you.
Marcus's turn. Marcus's turn. He's going to look at Kaya. Kaya, tell him what to do. Do you want Marcus to run still?
Well, not anymore.
Mm,
If we're not all running, we're not just gonna leave Lockhart to die.
Okay.
she seems to really want to do that, though.
What'd you say?
Said she seems to really want to do that, though.
Yeah.
Kind of determined
But-
on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw it more as like barriers of people is kind of the hope.
This is a very tight space.
Yeah.
I will tell you straight up, there's not going to be enough room for more than 2 people to fight Red. One on either side of them.
Unless.
Unless you want Larry to fly above.
Larry!
Larry to the rescue!
Drag Larry in here.
Iris has an idea, right?
Yep. I think that'd be the best idea.
I don't have a Larry.
If we could
I-
manage it. Yeah.
I'd have to say it in character, though, I think.
Mm-hmm. So,
So are you telling him to stay?
Iris, please share the idea.
The idea is to essentially move to this room.
Move to which room?
The advanced mechanics lab, so that we can all group up and surround him.
Have more space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. There's also tools in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We can do the Naruto thing where the different ninja go in one at a time, bounce off, deflect, kind of bullshit.
So there's a lot of tools in there, tools that were made to build him. Theoretically, those are tools that can be made to destroy him.
Okay. So Marcus is staying. Marcus is going to use an action to head back down this way, to which Valerie and Sprite both like throw their hands up in this like, what are we doing? But Marcus lines up next to you, Kaya, and he's like immediately ready. And he's about to ask, how can I help? And then Red is like emerging from the crater. of the room that he was resting in. It's going to be. I will have Marcus hold an action. If any of you find a good opportunity to use it, because he's not going to open the charge on this. It's going to be Red's turn.
Wait. Kai was the one who went into that room.
Yeah.
Lockhart didn't really
Have
see
Kaya.
that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could have Kaya bring up that idea, because she actually saw that there's bigger space in there.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So Marcus comes back. She's like, she's fucking angry. It's like, okay, plan is don't die, and I don't like this hole. We gotta move him into there. All right, there's more tools in there. We could probably crack a shell or something, but that's the game plan.
Okay. I hope you're ready, Lockhart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes. I'm going to spend a DM point to upgrade this ability.
Wow.
Here comes the first punch. Red takes one step out at like a normal walking speed, and then there is a flash, and he is in front of you, half cocked back with an elbow that is already letting loose, and it hits you square in the shoulder.
When does my chaos bomb drop?
Your chaos bomb will drop. Oh, shit, you're right. It would drop. It would drop after Red gets out. Okay. So shit is going to get really fucky. First off, the lights go down. Oops. The lights go down. The temperature has been steadily dropping, and now you're starting to see your breath more clearly. It is very dark. On top of that, you hear, like, you can see sparks and like bits of electricity going like mad in the wires and the cabling. Everything is starting to pop. It sounds like fireworks. Let me do a little bit of this. And we're gonna make this little animation. Yeah, flickering light.
Mm.
We're just gonna add some flickering lights all over, because fuck it.
Oh, emergency lights. I have a question, Joe.
The emergency lights are also frying. Yes.
So do defenses do anything? Or
I was gonna ask that too.
They defense adds a black die to the roll to hit.
Oh yes. I will re-roll that gauntlet hit. What is your melee defense, Lockhart?
2.
2? 2 setback.
2.
And this is upgraded. So that is 14. 14 damage.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
slightly less.
And what does concussive do?
Oh, wait, but -7 because so great.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna be like, oh, wow. One shot. Cool. Okay.
The target is staggered for a number of rounds equal to the concussive rating. Knockdown, unless otherwise, spend 2 advantage to knock down. So Lockhart, this thing hits you. This fist hits you square in the shoulder and spins you around and knocks you to the ground.
1 second. Incidentals are on my turn, correct?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then.
Unless it says out of turn incidental.
Nope. It just says incidental once per round.
Okay. Then that will be Red's turn. at the top of the round, Lockhart.
Gonna use my incidental jump up to jump up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go in for a punch. It's been a hot second.
Do it.
It's
It is 2 red and 1 purple because he has adversary 2.
Stunner. Roll.
Sorry, adversary 3.
You said 2 red, 1 purple, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And 1 black.
Oh, 1 black. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I will roll this. And
Stunner.
on top of that, it closed my thing. I'm going to spend a point to use my Lucky Strike.
Okay.
To add some, after your character makes a successful combat check, you may spend 1 story point to use this talent to add damage equal to your character's ranks in that characteristic to 1 hit. So,
Okay.
yeah. It's ranks in the characteristic, right? Yeah. Which is Brawl.
So how much of this damage is stun and how much of this is normal damage?
So it's still D6 stun is the base from the knockout punch. And then 5 is my brawn. So it's 5 normal.
So
And then,
5 damage and 6 stun.
Yes.
Is that including all of the successes you rolled over the necessary amount?
No.
Include those for me because I am struggling to do the math right now because I see the Palm Stunner has damage 5 plus 5 successes gives you a total of 10. But not all of that is 10 damage because it's stun.
So it'd be 15 damage, 6 stun.
15 damage and 6 stun. Okay.
So, yeah. She got hit. She's like, fuck you.
And 6 stun. The stun really, really hurts. You hit him with the Palm Stunner and the Ben Getty Slap Zapper. You slap him like you duck underneath and give him like a good 1-2 to the chest. The plates are so hard. It is like punching an iron wall. But you cock back as hard as you possibly can and fire off another punch. And you feel it connect. You're hitting something. There's not solid metal beneath him. It just seems like it. He's armor plating, but he is a person under there, at least supposedly. The stun scatters over his body and his frame, making him light up in the dark. Okay, is that your turn?
I think that's. Oh, let me double check because I use my maneuver to attack, right?
You use your action to attack.
Okay. Then I will take a defensive stance for maneuver.
Okay. Then Kaya.
Still over there. Do you still want to go with the move him to the big room?
Yeah. I think that's the best option. I just don't know how to move without getting attacks of opportunity kind of thing.
There aren't attacks of opportunity.
Oh. I thought there were.
No.
I don't think there are.
There might be a talent somewhere, but there's not.
Oh,
As far as I'm
Could I-
aware, I haven't seen a talent that does it, so red doesn't have it.
okay. So instead, could I move back then?
Yeah, you could use your maneuver to move instead of defensive stance.
I'll do that. I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
You could get to like here if you wanted. And the door, for clarity's sake.
Okay. I want to, but I'm nervous for everyone else.
I mean,
But-
game plan has been stated out
Well,
loud.
I'll back up then.
Yeah, we've hit a point where, with fighting red in
Mm-hmm.
particular, you just kind of have to trust everybody to be able to handle their shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotta work together. Okay. So is it Kai's turn?
Yes.
Okay, well, she, after relaying game plans, get him into this room right fucking here. She is going to fucking haul ass into here. And can you please describe to me what's in this room again?
There's a lot of equipment for building and working on robotics and cybernetics. There's that
Okay.
a vacant red suit that
Mhm.
coincidentally is people shaped. You could wear it if you wanted to. It just has a billion needles on the inside. No, it won't kill you.
All right,
There's
FNAF.
Okay.
There's-
Springtrap. Fucking.
there are lots of drills. There's also big wrenches, your favorite.
Okay, this is me doing a little bit of a reach. Some
Okay.
would call it. I would call it creative storytelling.
Uh-huh.
Can Kaya cobble together something akin to a... Okay, so you know how you see in like spy movies and shit when they want to break a window, they have that thing that like cuts the glass and then like the suction cup thing that like moves it?
Yeah.
Can
What
Kaya
about-
cobble together that, but with like a big ass fucking magnet?
So like a
Essentially
magnet with a suction cup
recreating-
on it?
Yeah. So it's not really a suction cup. That's like the magnet part. Essentially recreating what happened on the motorcycle chase, slowing him down by anchor. Yeah,
Huh.
because she's got deep pockets, so she can pull something out of her bag. She's in a lab with mechanics. I've also got mad adventure, so I can make a check to like cobble something together.
Yes, I will say that you can attempt this, but it will take time. So go ahead and make me, I will say, a mechanics check at 3 purple, but I'm going to upgrade it so it's 1 red and 2 purple. And
Okay.
more successes means faster.
Okay, so open my sheet. Okay. So you said a mechanics check
Mechanics.
with 3 purple when you upgraded
1
it, so
red.
it's
Yeah, 1 red and 2 purple.
1 red and 2 purple. Okay. All right. YOLO.
A success,
Yay!
And a
but a single
triumph.
triumph. Okay. So I will say that all of the pieces you need to make like a magnetic anchor are there, but it will take you a few rounds to assemble it into a
Rounds?
usable form. Roll me 1d3.
Oh,
This is the combination of finding. There you go. So it will take you Not this turn, but after next turn, you would have finished making it. But this is on the caveat that you can't do anything but make it. If you stop making it, you have to go back to finishing it. So if your work is disrupted or if you put it down, then you have to complete a round of work. Just one.
Oh, okay, Lockhart, you were so, gung ho about Kaya not helping you, about her taking care of herself, and you don't need her, so.
I imagine this is like fucking Kaya's rant as she is making this.
Valerie
muttering to herself. Yeah.
Because everything is fucked and she doesn't know what to do except fight. Whoops.
Oh no.
She's gonna run in.
Fucking game plan, bitch. You were this was explained.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Lead him in there. So Valerie will more sensibly run down here and use her whole turn to maneuver behind the U-Lockhart. She'll move down here. And she is going to ready in action so that if Red gets closer, she will try to wrestle him into the room here. That will be Valerie's turn. Sprite's turn. Sprite is going to just hunker down behind Marcus and ready in action just because, like, she doesn't want to run down this way. Or they don't want to run down this way.
Survival instinct.
Yeah, and Sprite's survival instinct right now is, I don't even want to go in the direction of this creature. And now it's Red's turn. Red is going to leap out, and with every last ferocious ton in his frame, he's going to dash out and find you, Lockhart, scream right past Marcus. He is going to kick off of the wall and go straight for the head.
Marcus punch! Marcus punch! You punch fast.
That's going to be this. And you have 2 defense, Lockhart?
Yes.
Here comes the punch. That is 12 with a crit. So, now you roll on the critical injury table, right?
Correct. I do have something to lower it by 20.
Good,
so
good.
Okay.
I have durable, so.
Good.
But yeah, so I roll what do I roll?
It's 1d100.
Yes, roll a 1d100. 1d100, and then your modifiers or whatever they.
So
maybe.
minus 20.
Minus 20. That's a 11. It drops whatever is in your hand, which doesn't really affect you.
Hey. Unarmed.
That's Red's turn. Now it's going to be Marcus's turn. Marcus is going to run up behind Red and start throwing hands too. It's going to be 2 red, 1 purple, and a black. Let's see how well Marcus does with just his own metal arms. Whoops, I didn't roll for his actual weapon. 4 successes. That's 4 for... And 5 threat. Marcus runs up.
My boy.
And he's going to, like... He rears up with both hands and tries to swipe them underneath Red's arms. And Red doesn't even miss a beat. Doesn't turn around. Marcus's hands come up underneath, and as Marcus gets closer, you can see the reaction speed in Red. Red pivots and clips Marcus in the side of the head with an elbow. And it is lightning fast. It is like turn and pop. And Marcus is going to take a shitload of strain.
Oh, he's going to have a headache.
But he otherwise fails to do any damage to Red. And then it's going to be Red's turn again. And knowing that Marcus is now behind him, Red is going to turn.
No.
You touch the boyfriend.
Marcus,
Why can't I fucking
lucky-
hack drones, man?
lucky for Marcus, he has a little bit of melee defense. But I'm not holding out hope that this will help him a hell of a lot. Okay. So Marcus is going to take... Ugh. Marcus, like, Red spins, cracks Marcus on the side of the head with an elbow, and then will spin completely around, and then you hear, like, pop, 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 as Red, like, rapid fire throws a flurry of punches, and is going to use one of Red's talents, which will... Oh, no. Not for... Never mind. Disregard the one. I thought he had 2 advantages. He only has 1 advantage. But Marcus is going to take a shitload of wounds. He's going to take 10 wounds.
Before soak, right?
That's after soak.
Ooh.
Marcus is wearing a suit. He has no armor. He's getting punched directly in the chest.
He still has his brawn, right?
His brawn is 4.
Oof.
And I gave him natural armor, slightly higher natural armor.
Oof.
And then Red is going to roll his neck and heal slightly.
Bruh. How the bitch?
Lockhart.
Yeah, fucking punch. Just be like, eyes over here, you bastard! Freaking grab. I don't even think she'll punch. She'll grab at the back of his neck and try and shock him.
Okay.
Bomb stunner. Rolling.
Slap zapper. What's the roll again? It's 2 red,
red,
1
red,
purple.
purple, black.
Red, red, purple. Roll. And, for good measure, I will pop that again to get a bit more damage.
Does your lucky strike have a limit?
I don't believe it does. Double check, though.
No.
Nice.
Yeah. Just
so
as long as we have story points.
Yeah.
How much stun and how much normal?
6 stun, and then 5 plus the 5 and 2, so 12 normal.
12 normal. Whoops. That's 5 wounds. Red has 9 soak.
Ooh.
The stun is doing numbers here. You haven't unlocked it. You haven't even seen his final form yet.
Yay.
Like, the zapping is really getting Red's attention.
Good.
Kaya.
Wait.
This is your... Oh,
I can
you have more?
Still.
You can
I
move?
just want to move. I just want to
Go ahead.
plan.
Move.
Like around the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoosh
Kaya,
around
if
into
your
the room.
magnetic
Actually-
bullshit doesn't work, make a taser.
I've got another idea, actually.
Okay. So
but
that's
probably a less
Lockhart's
effective
turn.
one.
Kaya,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
my turn.
your building the magnet turn.
She's gonna lock this bitch down so he can't move.
Valerie is going to have her. No, you know what? She doesn't give a shit about Marcus. She's not. She's paid to protect him, not to care.
Fucking
She's gonna run in here.
bitch.
Part of the plan. She's going to run in here. Mirror your position, Lockhart. Sprite.
Lockhart specifically took this side so she can still be seen through the door.
Sprite is like panicking a little bit. It's like, what the fuck?
Lockhart
They are going to
emotes.
pull out the gun that they swiped, and they're just going to start popping shots off.
Sprite, the plan.
Well, it's not. I still think that Lockhart punching this thing over and over again and shocking it is going to piss it
Yeah.
off more than a couple of bullets.
Yeah,
Didn't work.
true. Fair.
I know she has some good shit to roll with that.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't roll any of her dice.
But I was like, bro, this is tragic.
Why is it listed under athletics?
The fuck?
Excuse me. That's upgraded twice.
There we go.
Excuse me.
That's
And one despair.
more like my best friend.
Sprite takes aim with the pistol, and you hear like the crack of gunfire. Like a few rounds go downrange, and then you hear click. And Sprite is like, motherfucker. And just start shoving it into their bag, looking for another option. These bullets, they just completely wing off of the armor from Red. He has too much soak.
Oh, wait. No, I'm not here. Never mind.
Red is going to turn around. You know what? Red's going to do two things. You hit Red. Red turns, sees that you run away. Turn back to Marcus, and just for good measure, going to throw one at Marcus.
Oh, no, buddy.
And it's going to aim. Himself a little blue, a little
Doesn't
boosty.
need to. Does Mark have defenses? Oh, that's a
He
lot.
has one melee defense.
Oh.
Oh boy. So with 4 advantage,
Now he can recover strain.
wait, Marcus or Red?
Red.
Yes. Red is going to recover 2 strain and is going to use the other 2 to knock down. Instead of critting Marcus, you're welcome. Instead of critting Marcus, like Red turns and then like rears back and launches a fist at Marcus and punches him square in the chest, right at the sternum. But Marcus throws up his hands to keep himself alive, not conscious, but alive. And he is going to get yoted back into Sprite and knock Sprite back as well. They are both prone on the ground. Marcus is really hurting. And then Red is going to turn. Marcus is, I'm going to consider out for this combat. Well, I won't mark him dead. Let's hide combat. Never mind. Well, let's not claim that. And then Red is going to use a maneuver and then run in here. That's going to trigger Locke's action. It's going to be athletics. Failure and 2 threat. Locke goes to grab him. Locke gets punched twice in the chin and pushed off. Red was looking for you, Lockhart, but sees Locke and couldn't care less, and it is just going to attack Locke now. Locke has much higher melee defense.
You know what? Fuck it. You guys need some help. I will remind you that you have a nice little paint bomb that can obscure vision.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
All of you do.
We also have Larry. Fuck.
You do have Larry.
His token's not on the map, so I forgot.
I don't have a token for Larry. Here, I will just put
smiley face.
Joe, I think the music's gone.
Is it?
I hear it.
I think it's looping.
Weird. Oh, it's just really, really quiet music. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That will be Larry. Kid. Ah, fuck. Sorry, I'm a very visual
Friendly.
object.
That's okay. I also
person.
have been forgetting. And this token. A few. Little. So you have a little Larry.
Thank you.
Lockhart. Red bursts through the door and is going to throw one real good punch at Locke and fucking throw her across the room. And Locke is going to take a shitload of damage, even with soak. You can see like
She's
the age has caught up to her. She's not old, but like she's not nearly the ferocious warrior she used to be in her youth. She, oh boy, she's not out, but she's pretty close. 17 and 4 is 13. Okay, yeah, she's still up. That's Red's turn. Lockhart, at the top of your turn, I will say you can have Larry go on anyone's turn to do anything.
Can he paintball?
Yes.
Okay. To obscure camera.
Yeah, I will say that if you want Larry to go in one of the NPC slots, you can have Larry go, or you could have him go in one of your slot.
Would that be like replacing the turn?
It'll replace Marcus's turn.
Okay. Okay.
Marcus is out. He is at threshold.
Okay, he's knocked out. Poor boy. Yeah. Marcus falls. Larry rises. Pink cannon in hand.
Lockhart, what's the play?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Larry's turn. What does it take to use a stim?
I will
Or a
say
hypo, I guess.
I think it takes an action.
Action. Okay. And how much? Gotta double check how much a stem heals. I forget.
It heals 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1.
5. Okay. Lockhart is going to. Yeah, I'm gonna use a stim.
Gotcha.
Off one of those, so that'll go down to 8. No, 7. And then use my maneuver for defensive maneuver.
Gotcha.
So that'll just upgrade the difficulty to hit her by 2.
Okay.
That's going to be my turn.
Okay, Kaya, it's your turn.
All right.
You have finished the thing.
Well,
You can have Larry do something and then go immediately after Larry if you like.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Have Larry paintball cannon cover the camera.
He will have to make a check to throw it.
Yes, and we've been using psyops for drone stuff, right?
Yes. So he will
Okay.
move into position. Let me move this text.
How many purples?
2 purple. 1, actually, if Larry gets closer, it will be 1 purple.
Okay.
I will tell you right now,
Mm-hmm.
if you want him to get close enough that it is 1 purple, he will be in melee range of red.
No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the 2 purple with computer psyops.
2 purple and upgrade it to red, red, purple, black, because red is a super adversary.
Red, red, purple, black.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
While I'm reminded of this, I'm just gonna grab that.
Damn it. I was gonna use that to give Marcus some HP. Haha.
Ha ha ha.
Bullshit. Hey, can we do that?
Ah, Clary, no.
Do you not have any like drone thingies, like talents that would help?
You could
Uh,
spend a hero. I will let you spend 2 points to re-roll it.
What? Why? No, fuck you. You don't get any points.
Fine. So be it.
Absolutely fucking not. Okay, okay.
Okay. That's Larry's turn. Kaya.
Larry paint misses. Unfortunately, he didn't get to practice with it. Kaya was hoping to have some cover when she did this, but she is going to fucking get closer, run up, and kind of, I don't know. Could I have her, like, run and kind of slide, fuck it, baseball slide pass and attach magnet to foot?
Yeah, that'll be a coordination check.
Okay.
It's gonna be a coordination check at it'll be, because you're not attacking him, I won't count his armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be just what?
It's just a little dropping off a little gift.
Just dropping off a little gift. It's gonna be 3 purple. And they're not gonna be upgraded because again, you're not technically attacking him. Unless adversary does all checks made against a person, which I don't think it does.
Generally not.
Do I use the point? Because I got 1 yellow, 3 green.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Z?
Is it 3 purple?
Yeah.
Joe likes using his points, so I don't think Joe gets any more points.
Okay, alright. Let me double check, because last time I forgot to add shit for my talents. I don't think I have anything for this. Unless... No, that's spending a point. I'm not doing that.
Wait. Okay.
So Joe, I'd like to ask for some mercy. Last time I forgot to add my blues for my inventor stuffs.
What
Could
does
I
your
add it
inventor? What does it do?
So this is why I'm asking for mercy. So when it comes to inventing things and making stuff and fixing stuff, I can add 2 blues. But I forgot to add them before. Can I use them for applying the thing I made?
No.
Okay.
Fair question, but no.
Okie doke.
Joe.
Hey.
There you go. So with two threat, as you go by, Red takes a swing at you, and it doesn't quite hit you completely, but it does clip you a little bit and like hits you across the head. You'll take 2 strain, but
Okay.
you do clip the magnet to him. So this will basically like root him in place.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say like he can move like no more than 5 feet from this position.
Well, one of those foots are locked and loaded. I was hoping to get him farther away from the door. Moving him closer to the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So, you remember the shit that we had going on with Legacy before the system swap? Including a thing called
Yes.
Jumping Jack.
I do remember Jumping Jack.
Can this apply here?
I will say if you
Even if like not like fully shutting him off just to fuck with him a bit?
I'll say sure. I'll say if you want to use if you want to attempt a hacking check, you will take he has a specific defense or what's it called? Ice called where is it? I thought I saw it on here. Sin.2.2. So
What type is it?
it is a code gate ice.
Okay. Hey, I still have my blade.
What does the blade do?
It essentially, if I get enough advantages, then I can increase the strength to override.
Gotcha. Yeah, so if you want to attempt to try and hack again, I will let you get off a few hack attempts now and effectively take Sprite's turn as Sprite nurses Marcus back to health.
Fuck it, I'm not doing anything else.
That's fair. I don't know if I want to be cruel and say you have to spend a point to Jumping Jack.
We're getting beaten up enough, Joe.
Well, nobody's died yet.
Well, alternatively, if you don't want like Jumping Jack and you want to be like a little bit different, Net Warrior might account here. Net Warrior is an action. It's a tier 3, so it's a decently high thing. When accessing a system using a brain machine interface, which she is definitely using right now, your character can use this talent to make an opposed hacking versus sysops check targeting one other character on the system.
Yep.
The target suffers 1 strain per success, and also suffer 1 wound per success.
Ooh, wait, both? That's crazy.
So if there's a sysops for Red, I can do that if we don't want to hand wave the Jumping Jack.
I'm okay with that.
So what's my check?
So the Net Warrior check, it's gonna be because you're going against Red's sysops, it's gonna be red and 3 purple.
Okay. I'll double check this. Just secured. I'll let use my distinctive style, which will give me some bonuses here. Let's roll this. Okay. Oh. This will cancel, that will cancel. That'll cancel. Two successes and a triumph. That's 2
Ooh.
wound, 2 strain. Triumph. How fucked up are you? No, actually, Lockhart would be the next PC going, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lockhart, take a blue.
Sweet.
And then I'm going to activate Burn Through, which allows me to suffer 3 strain to perform a second override.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take 3 strain. I
Good.
still got some to burn.
2 wounds and 2 strain.
Not a lot, but I do have some. So I'll do that fucking again. Cancel. Cancel. One success, 1 advantage.
Success, 1 advantage.
So
Okay.
another strain, another wound, and fuck it. Who's going after Lockhart?
Probably Kaya.
Lockhart, Kai, yeah.
Because Valerie's down, right?
Valerie's not unconscious. She got walloped.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Well, is Valerie going to be able to act?
Yeah, she'll be able to act.
I'll give Valerie a blue then. Sorry, Kai,
Okay.
you're not getting punched yet.
Oh, yeah. No, give it to Valerie.
That's all I can do.
Okay. So that would be Lockhart, Kaya, Larry, Legacy. Then it's Red's turn. Red's gonna roll his neck and heal a little bit, and
Bastard.
use a maneuver. Realize he can't move very far. Like Red takes a step and his foot is kind of stuck, and then he looks at Kaya, and then looks at Larry, and he is going to point the Fletcher at Larry. He holds his hand out. And you've seen this before, Kaya and Lockhart. It's that big railroad spike looking thing that unfolds from his arm.
Evasive maneuvers, Larry.
This is an action. Fuck. No, my boy.
He holds up his arm, the full extent of his arm aimed like it's a rifle. And you see, you're doing the calculate, like you see it and do the math of it a second too late, Kaya. His arm is pointed towards Larry. And
Well, no.
the second your eye goes from hand to Larry like blinks in confusion. And then there is as a railroad spike sized thing shoots out of Red's arm and spears through Larry. And there is an electric and then the sound of Larry's voice like warbled and distorted. And Larry goes down.
Red is going to die.
Yeah, you just unleashed the beast, I think. There's such a
This is
thing
how
as
you
short
get war
fuse.
crime, Kaya.
Yeah, is there such a thing as short fuse in this system? Because I think that needs to be created.
Off screen, Sprite hits Marcus with a stim and shoots Marcus back into consciousness. Just, where am I?
In hell.
He is going to start sprinting down the hallway, but he is not going to get there to be any use this turn. And Red's going to go again. And having shot Larry, he's going to pivot and use the other arm and point it at you, Kaya. What's your defense?
1.
1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just 1.
Just un.
1.
That's going to be 8 damage.
Oofums.
And any electronics you have on your person are completely disabled for 1 round because he did not get any advantages. But he has a threat, so I will give him a strain for you. But your arm technically counts. So you hold up your arm and this spike shunts through like part of your arm and into you a little bit, and it hurts. But the real pain of it comes from the zap of the electronic like scrambler inside that spike and makes
So
your arm go limp.
Does it hit her arm or does it hit?
It's affecting your arm. I was just saying it hit your arm because I don't know how much damage it did to you.
Oh, it did 4.
Okay. So yeah, it'll hit your arm and it hurts, but the zapping is what deals most of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just a flavor thing.
Gotcha.
And Red will use a maneuver to shell up a little bit and prepare to defend himself. It's not looking good for Red. He can't move right now. That's Lockhart. It's your turn.
Has there been any dents or chinks left on him? Anywhere that seems somewhat vulnerable?
There's 2 spots. There's after you have seen him turn his head. Normally Red is looking straight at you. You're not used to seeing Red's like the back of Red's head usually. So when Red turns, you see the lining where like the jawline would be. There's a crease that you think if you went there, you could probably get the helmet off or the faceplate off and expose the underside. The only other like chink in the armor that you can tell is on the like ribs. There is a part that you hit earlier that you hit really, really hard. And the armor is dented slightly, but you can probably pry your fingers into a crack there to zap or attack in that spot.
Okay. So, similar to the fights she had previously in that fucking the one with JJ, where she's fighting those bots, she sees the chink. Particularly the one in his neck. And if I can she kind of shove her hand in there essentially? Or in that area, since he's not focused on her right now?
You'll still have to. It's as part of the attack, yeah.
Yeah. But that's where she's kind of aiming, essentially.
Gotcha.
Stunner. Oh wait, it's only if it is seats. Sorry, and that's 2 red.
I will say that you can cut the black if you like.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You don't forget your blue, bitch. I gave you blue.
Oh, you got blue. You
right,
get a blue.
Right.
Triumph.
1 advantage, so you get 3 threats.
3 threats. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'll again pop.
Okay, so you take 3 strain.
Okay.
And Tell me the damage again.
It is 15 damage. Right? Yeah, 15 damage and 6 stun.
15 damage and 6 stun. That's the hardest hit yet. If it were not for his constant ability to repair, he would have gone down by now from the damage output. But he's almost gunned out. He's so close. You wedge your fingers in there and you light him up, and his whole body lights up. The light on the head flickers.
Ugh. So close.
So close.
Do I have anything else that could help here? I don't think so. I think that's the extent. Yeah, that's all I can do. But
You gonna move away?
can't touch me, motherfucker. Because he doesn't have
know
the
what?
spikes anymore, right?
Nope, he's out. True.
I'm gonna stay like 10 feet away, essentially. So he has to move towards me if he still wants to fight. I still want to be a threat.
Uh-huh.
So close enough that he'd have to move to keep up, like keep near me, but far enough that he can't really hit me. So
Okay. Then
that'll be my turn.
Kaya.
So, I have a couple of questions.
Uh-huh.
One, when Kaya saw the Iron Man suit opened, that just had a bunch of needles in it, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have a question for you. Because I'm assuming this is a cyberpunk setting. Oh, sorry, I'm prefacing this by you have unlocked war crime, Kaya.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I'm assuming one of the most durable and easily available and very easy to use metals would be an aluminum alloy of some sort, right?
Yes.
So, Kaya has one hand.
Uh-huh.
All of her electronics are shot. Anything with wires or circuits are shot.
Yep.
But you know what isn't?
No.
Kaya pulling out a bundle of steel wool and a D battery.
Okay.
My plan here is for Kaya to charge forward. She only has one hand. And to shove this steel wool and battery, steel wool first, the little electrodes on the battery pushing into it, kind of into his chest. Because, just so you are aware, when you light a steel wool with a battery, it can burn up to, sometimes exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius. Now, the melting point of aluminum is about 600 degrees Celsius. Add on 200 or so for an alloy to make it more durable. I want to melt this motherfucker from the inside out.
I don't know if you'd melt him entirely, especially very quickly, but you could melt a hole in his chest.
I would like to do that. Possibly get some of the needles that are there too. Just fuck him up as much as possible.
Gotcha. You know, when you asked the question about the needles, I was not thinking you were doing that. But yeah, go ahead. You're gonna need to make
what would this be?
Let's see. Probably an athletics check. Because you're not trying to like strike, you're trying to like hold. Attack and hold.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I have anything? I don't think I do.
It's going to be your athletics check against red, purple, black, because it is a combat check. You could upgrade it. And I won't even upgrade his defense using a hero point or a story point or whatever.
Okay. So I have 1 yellow and 2 green.
That would make it almost even, because you would have yellow, yellow, green, blue. He would have red, red, purple, black. That is almost dead even odds.
Could I use Brawl instead?
No, because you're not striking him.
Okay.
Like, if you were just like throwing a battery or like punching him with a battery, then sure, but you have to hold it.
Okay, guys, do I use the story point to upgrade this to make it 2 yellow, 1 green?
Sure.
Z?
Wait, it's gonna sound very mean. Go ahead.
Mhm.
It's late enough that we're gonna be ending here soon.
True.
Yep, we're really close to the end.
All right.
So
And
it's
then it
going to be
resets
yellow-
next time.
Upgrade. So it's 2 yellow, 1 green, 2 red, 1 purple, 1 blue. Yeah, that's just dead even. All right. Okay.
Well, okay, you got the blue in from.
There you go.
Well,
You rush forward. You pull out some steel wool with your hand, and then finger out a fat D battery in the same hand, keeping careful not to let them touch until you get right up onto him. I will let this succeed on one condition.
what?
Red grapples you and holds you to him. So you can't get away either.
Well, Kaya's not built the tank, and she's supposed to be the healer.
What's a little bit of tanking?
She does not have the silk to keep up with the rest of these monsters in this room. Okay. You know
I don't
what?
have to take my deal.
How much damage would this do?
From a red melee attack, a lot more than his fletchet does.
Yep. What about the steel wool thing? The melting?
Steel wool. I would say that the steel wool would more than likely just remove or make a completely empty hole in his chest, where he loses any benefits of his armor soak. I won't tell you how much that is, but suffice to say, it's a lot.
Alright. I feel like it's worth it. If he can lose his armor soak. Alright, Lockhart, you got this. You don't need Kaya, right? She can just die, right? And also, this fucker just hurt her son.
Kaya needed to just yell, "My son!" before she did this. Embrace the mom.
Baby boy.
Her last fucking words. She'll take your deal.
Okay. So you run up, press the wool and the battery to his chest, and for a moment you feel very victorious, surprised that nothing bad happened, and then you feel a intense vice-like grip clamp around your one good arm, and boy does it hurt. Valerie gets up, not really fully understanding what's happened. Valerie is going to charge in. Valerie gets blue. Valerie is going to open up with a brawl check. Coming in from the side. Coming in from the top ropes. Woof.
Oh, what?
That is
Wow.
that is a lot of unluck.
Did the blue go in? Yeah, where's the blue?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
Blue.
I got you all separate to give y'all blues, man.
Boop, 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 boop.
Success!
A success and advantage. So that gives
One success, one triumph, one despair.
That is a lot of things, and I'm not sure how to interpret that perfectly. So,
So
I guess.
it's one success, so she does actually hit if she's trying to hit. A threat, so you would pick off the threat. You have to pick a threat and triumph and despair from the tables as to what you want to come from that.
I got it. I've got a good idea. So Valerie, she sees your predicament, Kaya. She is going to slap the back of your hand and push the battery and the steel wool in further so it gets wedged in there on its own. He doesn't let go of your arm, but it's now shunted into his chest cavity.
Good.
It's burning real bad. Valerie will do that, and then instead of dealing any successful damage. So now, even if you let go, Kaya, or rather, now you have let go, even without you being there, the armor effect is now permanent.
Let's fucking go.
That's
Fuck
Valerie's
this
turn.
guy. Go get him.
Lacey, it is your turn.
Me?
Yes.
Hey. I'm gonna just keep doing the same shit I did last time.
Legacy on the cameras, fuck, seeing all this shit go down.
3, 4. What was this ops again?
Red, purple, purple, purple. If you deal 2 wounds, he is going to go into enraged state, but he will be over halfway dead.
This case. So I have another interesting one for you to figure here. So it is for the initial net warrior hit. 1 success, 1 triumph, 1 despair.
I will let you choose. You can succeed and deal 2 wounds, or 1 wound and 1 strain. If you deal No, sorry, wait. I will let you choose. You can deal 2 wounds of damage, and send him into an enraged mode, but you will also he will also be very close to dying to wounds. Or you can not deal any damage and impose a black on any attacks he makes until his next turn.
Hold on. Let me look at this shit too, because I get to pick from my triumph. You know what? Fucking, you already made so. We'll go with the second option. He'll have a black, but I'm also going to put him on a critical injury. So, roll critical injury for me, Joe.
Where's the D100? You know what? I have my D100 here. He's somewhat resistant to these. So it's a 35, which drops to a 15. He drops whatever is in hand. He lets go of Kaya.
Hey!
Still,
And then
still
I'm
within
going
but
to fucking use burn 3 strain. Fuck, man.
Okay, it's okay.
That'll put me one strain away from being out.
I say don't risk it.
Yeah.
Bit.
He's got
Wait.
his armor gone now, so we should be able to actually hit him.
Oh, but then if I get advantages, I can get strain back.
If.
I've been rolling pretty damn good, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many times can I do this?
Do it. Take strain. Strain good. Take strain. Strain good.
Looking at my other fucking talents, sir. Give me a second.
Strain.
Don't think any of my... No. That's not gonna be useful. Fuck it. I've been sitting here listening to y'all get beat to shit. We'll do it. Hey! Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this, because you're not gonna believe me if I tell you what just happened. Here. And then Discord. Red neon. Every single one of the opposing die came up blank side.
Woof.
Wow.
So
Oh
that
god, I hate that there's Star Wars die mixed in here.
I
That's so
have
confusing.
to. I have to. I don't have enough dice. So that is 2 success, 4 advantage. Well, I'll spin the strain to do the burn through. I will turn around and get all of the strain I just spent back. 2 wounds, 2 strain on him, and then for my last advantage here, and whoever is up next, take a blue.
Anyone that's not red.
Yeah,
Huh.
next allied character, take a blue.
It's gonna be it's gonna be either Lockhart or Marcus. Marcus probably, because he is the immediate next one. It's Red's turn. Red is like grabs the side of his head and is like shaking his head, and the light is flickering and starts to glow redder and brighter. And there is something you have not yet experienced. There is like a noise, almost a voice. It is like a scratchy, like guttural, kind of screechy noise coming from it. You're not sure where, but it is like pain and anger and anguish all mixed together. Red pivots on his heel, and he is going to aim while enraged and to send a fist down to Kaya. While enraged, Red gets an additional 2 blues on any attacks.
And a black.
And a black. And Kaya's defensive black. It's going to be 14 damage, and you roll on the critical plus 10, Kaya.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Okay. That fucking hurt. And boop. Okay. Do I just roll a D100?
Yep, a D100 plus 10.
Wait a second. Wait.
What?
Kaya has bone lacing, so I roll twice, and I pick which one I want to take.
Gotcha.
The lower one. The lower one.
Yeah, I'll take the lower one.
Yeah.
Was the
100
lower one plus 10?
68.
68. I see. So a 68 gets you scattered senses. You remove all blue from all checks until the critical injury is healed. He clocks you square across the temple, and you hear like you get like full rung the bell kind of like ooh noise. You think he knocked a tooth loose. It's hard to tell. You're not sure if that's just numbness from the impact hitting your head. And you will take 14 damage before soak.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to use a maneuver to try and move again.
Did he aim?
Oh, you're right. He did aim.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of his turn, which makes it Marcus's turn. Boy Wonder comes screeching through the door and does not hesitate. He sees red. He attacks red.
With
We
the
love
blue.
Let's fucking
With the blue.
let's see if Boy Wonder can fucking do it.
Please, this man had such a good go against the gangsters. He was shaping up to be something good in the other system. God damn it.
Oof. It could have been so
I
much worse,
will-
though.
I will be kind in this one moment. I will give Marcus another shot. But the black is gone because the armor is falling to pieces.
That looks worse. Oh,
It's
advantage.
technically better.
Advantage! Gain back that strength!
No, you didn't roll the blue. You didn't roll the blue.
Fuck, you're right. My rule of thumb is that I always roll the correct dice and take that result because I don't like having to add in the system, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yes.
There.
Yes!
That is a flat success with 2 advantage. So Marcus will run in, he sees red, and then starts throwing hands. He slips into the boxer stance and is like doosh, doosh, duck, weave, doosh, doosh, like
Fucking do
throwing
this.
punches, doing his best impersonation of a proficient boxer. Really quick, that's 10, 23 minus 8, 18. So he's on the precipice of being unconscious yet again, but that he's still fine. And that won't do any strain damage to red. But 1 success, and red's armor will go down to. He will deal a whopping 2 damage to red, which isn't much. Sorry, 3 damage.
Can he give a black to his next check? Can he
I will have Marcus kick a blue towards Lockhart for a total of 2 blue on Lockhart's check. And it's going to
Yay.
be red's turn just before Marcus's turn. Lockhart, pick a number 1 through 3.
Um, 3.
3, unfortunate
3.
for you. Then red is going to spin around. Oh, but what am I rolling? That is super the wrong check. This one. It's 2 and an extra 1 imposed and 2 blue. And an aim. God, there's so many fucking dice.
Let's go.
Whoa! 3 failures. What are the fucking odds? I should have fucking boosted it. Whatever. Red turns around and like Marcus punching red. Red is kind of like losing it. There's a lot of damage now, and like the
People
sparks. I
punching
will
from
say,
every direction.
There's paper in this room, like papers on the desks and on the tables, and there's binders and other things and documentation. The sparking from the equipment from the chaos bomb has started to get worse and worse and worse. So much so that there is now a burgeoning fire starting. In like far corners of the room. But the firelight dancing off of Red and the red flashing like faceplate, Red is starting to lose it. Pivots on his heel, swings wildly at Lockhart or at Lock here, and that there is this as like a anvil is whisked across someone's face, almost clipping them. That would have been a death sentence, but it missed. Lockhart, it's your turn.
Move back up. Attack. Second verse, same as the first. Except a whole lot louder and a whole lot worse.
Huh?
Right. And there's no black, right? And I get 2 blues.
There's no black. You get 2 blues, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still 2 red and 1 purple.
Yes, 2 red, 1 purple.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay!
Nice.
Okay. And obviously,
Mm.
once more,
With feeling.
with feeling. What can I use triumphs on again?
Everything.
Crits.
Everything.
You can
Use it
do
on a crit.
a critical injury. The triumph only things are you upgrade the difficulty of the target's next check, or upgrade any ally character's next check. You can they're not dealing any weapons. You can give yourself a melee defense increase.
Oh, give
Lockhart.
myself. Huh?
Lockhart.
What?
How much damage do you do just in terms of strain?
Strain?
Yes.
6.
6 strain. And how much damage
Yeah.
do you do flat?
That would be 8 plus 5.
13.
14.
13.
If
13.
13 and 6 is 7. You perfectly eclipse his wound threshold and strain threshold at the same time.
Damn.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay. I have an idea, if I may.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing her allies get walloped to all hell, Lockhart's pissed. So what she does is she kind of takes a slight run and jumps at him, grab him like by the under thing at his neck,
Uh-huh.
and kind of like wraps her legs around him and pulls up on the head plate to try to pop it off.
You pull the faceplate off. Beneath the faceplate, you see a very Darth Vader state-esque version of Johann Ben Getty's face.
Ah!
There's no hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no facial hair of any kind. It's slightly scarred, and the expression is one of pain, but there's like nothing behind the eyes.
God damn it! Why did I do that?
Yep,
Fuck.
I was
I
trying to
know.
figure out what you were doing there.
Yeah, I was like, why
I
are
was
you
just
doing
trying to
this?
pull the head off. I thought it was a robot. Fuck!
No,
No.
you said faceplate, my friend.
I was trying to pull the head off. I thought it was a robot. I'm sorry.
If you want to rewind and pull the head off, I'll let you rip the head off.
No! No!
Kill again.
But how do you want to do this? He's out.
She'll still go for like the neck area and like charge at use the charge glove at the neck area in that chink again.
You rip the faceplate off, and there's a moment where you catch your breath, like a sharp suck in, and then you readjust your brain and slap the zapper against the neck, and it just lights up. And it's almost like slow motion. Sparks flying around you from the chaos bomb, fire starting in 2 different corners of this room, let alone the other rooms. The electricity dancing off of both his armor and around his face, and you're sitting on the body, so it's also slightly dancing around you. But you see the eyes go somehow more dead inside as unconsciousness starts to settle in. And you see a little bit of blood well at the corner of the mouth. And red goes down. And that's a good place to end it.
You bastard, tell me if Larry's alive.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
No, you, Joseph.
I hope y'all had a great session.
Joseph, I know where you live.
Amy will steal the vet and drive her ass up there.
You immediately baseball slide in next to Larry. Larry's body is cold and limp. The manipulators just kind of dangle there, but you pick it up, and immediately your mind goes to like, okay, Larry is as much his body and his components as you are your spleen and your liver. There's a lot of replaceable things in there. So you start pulling back you pull the spike out, and you can see that it pierced through most of the functional systems, but there is like a core, like a data bank, where most of the memory and functional, quote unquote, Larryness is. That's where essentially all of the data is. It's the brain of Larry.
He got Baymax.
It's intact. It's still there. Unhit by the spike.
Okay. I'm just picturing one of the last scenes of Baymax, of Big Hero 6.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly that. It's like huge parts of the body were destroyed and rendered unusable, but there is the core of this person is still there, and you just got to put them in a new body.